welcome everyone to, I guess, what we'll be calling episode 1. We've kind of started over, new system. One character is new. Hale and Garlock are still around, but we've got someone new, and it's same universe, just taking place in a different area and different story, different system, different worlds, all that. So we'll just get right into it, I guess. So Hale, we'll start with you since you just kind of crash landed on this strange planet not too long ago.
Oh, little old me. Let's do this.
So yeah, it's probably been about like at most probably a week that you've been on here. You know, you've got plenty of food supplies in your ship, but unfortunately you ran out of gas. And you've kind of just been stranded here. You've tried to go and purchase gas, but for whatever reason, the local people won't sell to you. And it's
So
kind of irritating.
I imagine Hale, after returning from yet another trip, is probably like his third or fourth trip into the city, like sort of grumbling to himself as he sits down on the side of his pod and starts munching on one of the very nice, like, nutrient bars that he's been given. And sipping on a literal wine flask. Because that is one of the few things we actually see Frost Demons drink, is wine. So he's probably eaten like a shellfish protein bar and drinking on some wine. Nah, he's having a crab dinner.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's probably like early day, probably like the equivalent of like probably like 10 a.m. ish on this day. And what would you like to do today on this planet?
How have his interactions been? Have it been like downright refusal, or have they been giving some sort of excuse of like, we don't have that?
It's basically been more of an excuse. Like they seem to be cordial and they're definitely afraid of you, but they definitely are a lot of kiss asses, and they try to kiss your ass as much as they can, but they tell you that they just don't have the fuel for that type of pod.
Is this still within Imperial space, or has this gone into? Am I actually officially in galactic controlled space?
You would technically this would be GP controlled space. This used to be, but now it's GP controlled.
Gotcha.
Like recently GP controlled.
Gotcha. So they're planet thieves. Thought they were supposed to be the good guys. How could they? How could they? That's our job. But yeah, he's a bit miffed about this, and I imagine him literally like sitting in this. I believe is it actually a pod, or is it more like a small ship?
I mean, it can be, for it on the map. It's a pod, so if you want it to be a pod, it's a pod. If it's a ship, it's a ship.
I'd imagine it's somewhere in between, sort of like I think we said it earlier, like a space corvette kind of thing. It's just like a really small, kind of very high-end sort of luxury cruiser, though it was basically set on autopilot, since Hale is, in the words of King Cold, we have grunts to drive us. We don't do that.
Yeah.
I imagine he's going in and like once again fiddling with the radio, trying to get a broadcast out, and just like, damn, the battery's still dead. Like, trying to figure out a way to charge up the battery for the life of him, but they've just been refusing to give him anything, to the point where he knows if he starts going on a rampage, they're probably going to call the GP, and he'd rather not have that happen when he can't even contact Father.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just kind of like cursing to himself, and trying to figure out how to get a charge on this radio, because that's all he needs. He either needs to contact Father to get the ship refueled, or convince these people to give him fuel, because he knows they have fuel, even if they don't. He is confident they have fuel and are just not giving it to him.
I mean, yeah, maybe. So you're just trying to get a charge in on your communicator, I guess.
Literally, if I was able to, I would be using key on this shit, like trying to, like hooking myself up to a jumper cable.
I guess make the equivalent of like would be a key control check or a wisdom check to see
Key control
to
check.
make sure you don't overload it. I guess essentially.
Yeah, so that'd just be wisdom.
Yeah.
Which I'm decent at wisdom. I got a +2.
Not bad.
Let me remember to roll this as hail, because anytime I roll anything as me, it's terrible.
Why don't you roll a nat one on this?
8.
It's not nat one.
You're a little too cautious because you're like you're afraid that you might accidentally blow it up if you put too much key into it, so you end up putting too little. But you're afraid that if you do any more, it might end up making it worse and blowing it up. So you're like, maybe I should let it cool down for an hour or so and then try to add more. But you definitely
It like crackled to life for like a split second.
it's like not enough to turn it on, but if I add any more, it might blow up.
Yeah, I'm worried I'm going to overload the capacitors or something.
Yeah.
So I imagine at this point he sort of grumbles and walks back outside of the pod, tossing the crumpled up foil wrapper of his most recent like nutrient bar behind him into a small pile that's been accumulating on the ground, and digging into the remainder of this day's wine, which is there's already probably about 4 of these large like metal bottles kind of like on the ground, and he just kind of grumbles and sits down and starts drinking the one he was already drinking with this meal, unknowingly giving a perfect angle for a sniper as he's just sort of standing outside this his Corvette.
And as you say that, we'll switch on over to Talon.
All right. Yeah. So Talon is currently prone on the nearby rock face with his bipod extended out, and he's lining up a shot on Hale. And I'm gonna aim shot at his wine glass.
So you're gonna take a shot at the wine.
Yeah, cause it
Yeah, all right.
We're
Roll
supposed
to
to be
hit, I guess.
we're supposed to be teammates, so I'm not gonna try and like kill his character. Like,
Hale dead. Session 1.
yeah,
Done.
no,
yeah,
we're gonna role play.
I guess
this.
roll
Dead or
to hit.
alive bounty.
Well, before I shoot, can I roll a history check on Hale?
Yes.
Basically, Talon is thinking to himself currently, and this will be a monologue. They said this was a high-value target. I wonder if he can pay more. And he starts searching through his memory banks as he's not sure exactly what rate, like, a species he is, because they're so rare. So I guess I'll roll a nature check to see if I know what
that would be.
he is. A 13.
I'll say specifically with him, you're able to figure you know his species very well. They're not they're rare, but they're well known because of what they do. Yeah, they're infamous, exactly. But you would probably.
I'll roll history to see if I know Hale, and I don't know Hale.
Holy
You're like, hey, he's one of those frost people that rule the universe. Is that one of the royal people? No, that can't be him.
Yeah, so he's kind of like thinking to himself, I mean, I could take him out right here, no problem, but maybe diplomacy is best for now. And he'll take aim shot at his wine glass. 24.
That will
damn.
definitely blast apart the wine glass. That's for sure.
The antimatter wiper. Holy, he like pulls out a cannon.
Yeah.
Gun.
I was like, you're using the big gun for this.
What? You're
Steve.
using the antimatter?
I was like, wow. That's
It turns into like sand in your hand. You're like, wait a minute, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, quite literally, as this is happening, Hale immediately, like, as the wine glass basically, or the bottle basically, like, explodes in his hand and, like
disintegrates to
any
nothing.
liquid in it, like, instantly goes foul. He is immediately looking in the direction of the shot and, like, getting ready to power up with a slightly pissed off and somewhat worried expression on his face.
You actually see a wave, and you see, if you could see far enough, like he reaches into his pocket, and then he pulls out like a white handkerchief, and he waves it.
You get the most confused stare. But it's somewhat amused? Of like, huh,
And he'll
this is
kind of
interesting.
You're like, I could have just died now, and he didn't. Why?
get up and like click his bipod. It snaps down, and he puts the sling around his back and slings the rifle over his shoulder, and he'll like vault over the side, and then he'll slide down. I guess I'll roll acrobatics 11 to sort of like slide down.
I'll say that's fine. That's good enough. Not
And
that
Gale-
that hard.
Walks over kind of curiously, but he does. He keeps his arms like held behind his back, but you can see he's ready in case you try anything.
Of course.
Yeah. Also, funny little thing: deflect missiles works on your gun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
So,
you
I
could
could literally, if you had shot me, I literally could have deflected missiles. I don't think I could have nullified it, but I
But
could
you
have
could have
gotten rid
reduced
of
the
up to
damage.
19
A little
damage.
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could get rid of up to 19 damage. I could have literally like charged up my hand with a key blast and like slapped your bullet out. That would have been cool.
So basically,
But he wasn't targeting you.
It wasn't
I
targeting me.
I guess we'll describe our characters. What Hale sees is a 6'6" individual, very tall, and sort of wiry, lanky, but very athletic build. He has like sort of a cloak on with his hood up, as well as sort of like military combat pants, combat boots, and more like tech wear. He has gauntlets that go on his hands and run up his forearms, and they have 3 holes in each of them. That look kind of weird. And he's also wearing a sling bag. He has a pistol at his side and a rifle slung over his back. You see on his cloak, it has like a sort of like a Kevlar sort of synthetic vest that goes over his torso. And yeah, that's it. And he's purple.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Um,
changes everything. I'm racist now. No.
Hey, don't tell my
Whoa.
dad that. He's mostly purple.
Oh, get these purple people out of here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Standing
Wow.
in front of you, Talon.
Gonna get you canceled right away.
Yeah, standing in front of you, Talon, you can see a quite short individual. He's about 4'5". Looks very lightweight, like under 100 pounds easily. Not very built. He's got like a little bit of muscle definition, but not a ton. Though he does look very like twitchy isn't the right word, but like he's really like on his feet. He's very light on his feet. Like if you tried anything, you're sure he would at the very least get in a hit before you could do much. He is wearing a brilliant metallic black cloak that is currently wrapped around him. That seems to like shimmer and shift in the light, and he is obviously very alien looking in appearance. And he just looks kind of amused at your presence. Like, he's definitely still wary, but it's in that same way of, like, a big game hunter staring down an elephant. He's like, oh, this is kind of neat. This thing could probably kill me, but, okay. I can work with this.
So he'll like reach up on his hood and kind of like pull it down, and he'll fold his arms and nod his head to you.
May I roll a, I believe it was nature, to try and see if I know his species?
Yes.
13?
Huh. Probably the
Are-
Cronins probably aren't.
Cronins are like super rare.
That's what I was gonna say. So probably like you probably
They're
look at
very
him.
secretive.
You
Yeah.
look at him and like Cronins when you look at them are kind of like bland in facial features as well. So probably at first you probably like think he could be any of a couple different races. So it's hard to pin
Yeah.
down exactly. But
I'm
like oh.
running through the Rolodex of Imperial
Yeah, and
races.
it's like you can at least he's probably like one of like 5 that you can immediately think of, but which one it is you can't really figure it out because there's really no real super other than purple skin. There's really no distinguishing feature, and purple skin is kind of
You mean-
common.
No.
He looks him up and down with that slight smirk on his face and just says, "Huh, this is a new one. I'm not exactly sure what you are. Purple, angry, tall. Could be like 4 or 5 different things. Never mind. What is it you want? Besides shooting at me?"
Well, and he smiles. He smiles actually. It's quite friendly. To be frank, I was sent here to kill you.
I could assume. You're not a very good shot if that wasn't intentional.
It was.
Good. I would be disappointed if it wasn't.
He actually chuckles heartily. You seem interesting.
Thank
Oh.
you. You as well.
Reason why I didn't shoot you is because, well, you're a frost demon.
That I am.
You wouldn't have
He's got an
to
even
be...
bigger smile on his face now that you actually mentioned that. He's like, yes. Good.
You-
Someone with a brain was sent to kill me, not an idiot.
You wouldn't happen to be one of those royal people, right? Part of the Empire?
He pauses for a second and is literally like, are there other ones? Like, thinking to himself, like, are there others? And then he's like, yes, I figured that was pretty obvious. There's not really that many of us.
No, there aren't. But your exploits are known far and wide, after all. That's why I didn't kill you.
Finally, some appreciation. The people of this planet have been backward. It's very not nice. He looks at he was like at first he was like, "Oh, appreciation," and now he's just kind of like, "The people here are idiots."
So,
Yeah, you're getting to actually see real Hale instead of I have to play nice when I'm around the Galactic Patrol's base. Hey,
so I
he's a sassy
figure
little bitch.
I figure it like this. I've been running around shooting people for a long time.
Good.
I wouldn't say I'm tired. I'm just getting started. But he holds up a finger. I've been a nomad for quite a while. I'm looking for more permanent employment.
We arranged.
So, to be clear, whatever pays me most, I go with.
Well, how
So-
much was your contract? I'm assuming if it was for me, it had to be quite nice.
That I don't know. That's the DM.
Yeah.
Uh,
How much did they put on me?
A decent. I'm trying to think of what would be considered a decent amount. Well, let's say whatever the equivalent of like 20,000 gold would be in Zenny.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
20,000 gold. Let me
Equivalent
see.
of
There's actually
Zenny.
the conversion chart somewhere in here. Let me.
Yeah, I know it's somewhere,
Okay.
but something like that. So like quite a bit.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Where's the-
I mean,
okay,
literally
here's
the
Zenny
prince of the prince of the royal empire is going to fetch
Yeah.
you a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let me
So
slide this in.
he's pretty much like, listen, if you can match that, and like hire me for a period of time,
They put
I'm
200
cool.
million on my head.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
200 million zenny.
That's
And especially,
like in the the tournaments give you like 1 million zenny or something.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah. So that's there you go. That sounds good. And that I like that number.
He
I think
actually
Halo-
chuckles as you name the price. Huh.
They actually know my worth.
Decent.
He's-
Could be better.
He smiles with a smug face. Yeah, it is a pretty penny, but I know you guys got resources in spades, so I figure it like this. While it's possible you could match the 200 million, and I'll gladly accept the payment. Whatever you could give me, plus permanent employment with good pay that I don't really have to search for other employment. I'll be your bodyguard.
He kind of like scratches his chin for a second. You can hear his nails like sort of just sliding across the chitin. Second, but before they like scratch an actual itch. But I am afraid I don't exactly have that much on me. I didn't bring much pocket change.
That's
Um,
fine.
Did I get
I'm-
a drink
I
for
could
it?
assume for I could. Oh God, I can't think of the word right now. I could request a wire from father.
Yes,
Hmm.
and you could tell him that he
As
would
for
also.
permanent employment, I could hire you under me. How do you like? He looks up and down your armor, and he's like, "No, I shouldn't change your uniform. Would you mind getting an insignia put on?"
Yeah, that's fine, but you're gonna have to throw in extra.
Fair enough.
Did they
Call it-
He
Call
He
it
will-
advertisement.
Yeah, he will walk forwards, and his tail kind of coils under him, and it raises him up off the ground as he extends a hand to shake your hand. Lord Hale
okay.
Cold, nice to meet you.
He smiles. Talon, pleasure. And he'll shake your hand.
Yeah, and as they shake hands, quickly out of character, I'm gonna do a contract for 50 million. 50 million up front, and then you'll receive normal payment from in the future.
Okay.
So you're basically getting a
Cool.
quarter of the bounty, like up front, as soon as the wire can go through, and whenever the hell father decides to.
Yeah,
Yes,
wait, yeah.
and also he'll say, "This isn't just bodyguarding duty. I've been an assassin for over 100 years.
Oh,
So-
good. They didn't send a new recruit after me.
No,
It's always
I'm-
disappointing when they do that. Father usually just blows them up.
I'm about 200 years old, but who's counting?"
Ah, I'm in my 70s myself.
Well,
Gog's just chilling, like doing his
Yeah,
own
yeah. I was
thing.
gonna say, and with that, we'll
Yeah,
switch.
it's like
We'll
Garlock's
switch over to Garlock, who is currently. We'll switch over to Garlock, who's currently.
Skip over the idle chit chat.
Yeah, Garlock
I
is
wanna be that.
Garlock. You're on this planet, and you're talking to the locals, and they're basically all super frantic, and they're like, yeah, and he keeps coming and asking for fuel, and he keeps terrorizing us and threatening to blow out our kneecaps, but then he like just goes away, and we don't have enough laundry machines for all our pants that we've soiled.
No. So go more into detail. How exactly did this man threaten to blow your kneecaps? I need to make this report well. What exactly did he say?
He just pointed a finger at us and said, "Give me fuel, or your kneecaps will become jelly."
Oh, God. Jesus, that's a pain in the ass. I really should. Fine. I'll check this out. Give me a minute, and I can promise you I will see what the problem is, and if it really is so threatening, we'll at least get him off your planet. Does that sound well to you?
Please, that'd be so nice. We want him off the planet. We just don't have the fuel. We have like one thing of fuel, but that's like really important for us.
It's no worries. My SIP should at least be able to take him back to ISO to see if this is going well or not. It's starting to become a it's just starting to become a big pain in the ass. But that's kind of what you have. I didn't expect. Would I know my target? Like, would I know who I was sent after? By the way, on me. Sorry for the like.
Probably. I'm gonna make a roll for these people if on their call if they would have said who it was or if they would have been too frantic to.
Okay.
These guys would have been cohesive enough to say they like maybe not say a name but they would describe like yeah this frost demon person and like you would know that there's only two so it's either Cooler which Icer knows that Cooler hasn't left his palace so process of elimination.
Yeah,
It's either Hale or there's more in the universe that you didn't know about and
Yeah, it's possible. I think Garlock instantly like goes his memory banks. It's like it's not Icer. Planet wouldn't be alive if it was Cooler. Why the hell is he out here?
yeah
as-
exactly.
As Garlock reaches up to his galactic communicator, just basically starts radioing back to base. But also, I think he turns on his scouter, and in this backwater planet where the power levels are pretty low, I think he just searches for the like what the highest power level is on this planet, which I assume would be Hale. But
Yeah, like like you get a couple of like pings of like 50 and 100 over the city, but then you get a big ping of like 260 was it like 260 something I think is what we said it was or
Yeah, like low to mid 200s.
yeah, so you get a ping of like 260 like oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty high.
Very chill Hale with no like battle enhancements. It's
Yeah.
just sticking around like mid 200s.
Garlock like basically looks around, realizes there's like okay they kicked him out of the city, process the elimination there. He's probably this one out there, or maybe it's a wild beast, but it's what I've got so far. So, and Garlock basically starts either walking or flying there, basically trying to see what the commotion is all about.
All right.
Following the scouter's power level. Now, if it's actually Hale or not, I don't fucking know. Probably it is Hale though.
Yeah.
It's the fucking
Yeah, Hale's a decent ways away, so it might take you. So probably we'll say like you're probably on the planet a little bit before the conversation starts. So like around the time that this conversation ends, you're like, if you're flying, they might see you over the horizon, type of thing. Like as they finish this part of the conversation.
I don't think would Garlock be stealthy. I feel like Garlock is not a stealthy person. And I think he's trying to get like a bird's eye view of this situation. He's looking for more like what does he see in this opening? Like does he see a ship? Does he see everything? He's trying to take in all the information he can.
Yeah. So but at this point you probably can see what looks like a ship. It's kind of just sitting there. Doesn't look like too much of a crash. Like it looked like the autopilot was still intact enough to be able to make it land somewhat nice, but like it looks a little roughed up, but it just looks like it doesn't look broken. It just it looks like it had a little rough entry because it kind of just fell from outer space onto the planet's atmosphere. But you just see that, and you can your scatter obviously is telling you that somewhere near there's a power level of like a little in the 200s, and I guess Hale, if you want, or Hale and Talon can give a perception check to see if you notice Garlock heading this way.
I would say I start with enough money to have a scouter, and I probably would have at the very least like some sort of communicator, like short-range communicator.
Scouters can communicate with other
Yeah, so
devices.
I feel like Hale would probably have a scouter.
Probably.
I imagine for extra dicgishness, it's just like it's like clipped onto the side of his head and it flips down. So I will roll. Let's both roll perception, and then if one of us notices,
I'm also stealth, by the way.
Yeah.
27 perception.
Yeah. I can roll stealth if you want, but I'm not. I don't think.
Yeah, if you're not trying, then I would say it'll just go off your passive stealth.
Do I get a ping from my?
The scatter would definitely. You would definitely get a ping.
Notice like a tiny not tiny, but like bigger than average. Like, okay, this is
Yeah.
something's fucking popping
Something's
up.
coming towards me.
Something
Yeah.
something that's close to your power, but not quite as high.
It's at this point that like both of us kind of look over. You just from your natural perception, me from my scouter going off, and I just say, "Get up in the rocks real quick. Keep a bead trained on that." And then I will literally just stand out in the open field over here. Actually, I'll do it down here so that he has a good shot line. I'll do it down here.
All right, and we shall then bring.
Hands behind my back.
Boop.
Though I have one of them gripping the corner of my shield where their small button is.
And I guess since Garlock is basically landing down, I guess I should also describe my character as Garlock lands onto this planet. From what you all can see, is something that is probably very weird, at least both in clothing and look-wise. Due to your perception check, I'll give you a bit more info as well, King. You can see a person with red hair, probably the Galactic Patrol insignia on his armor, some weird pants on as well, but what probably strikes out more to, I think, both of you, would probably be the weird, oh shit, well, that would be the weird combination of both, a tail, which is not very common nowadays, and these weird holes that are coming out of his body. It seems like both, like, from what you could assume, you could probably be like, okay, this might be some sort of, actually, Omni, I'll let you describe it because fucking evil the nat 20.
Yeah, so definitely with the
Yeah.
nature check, you're definitely able to tell that like he's not a normal species that you've heard of before. But then with your history check, the instant you see that tail, you're like, wait a minute, the fuck a saying?
And what's up with his insignia on his armor? Galactic Patrol. What do
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
about them?
Oh yeah, you definitely know about the Galactic Patrol. They're kinda, if there's one thing that's the bane of your existence, it's them. But they're also kind of don't really do much to stop you, but like they do things that make it hard for you to do their job, but they're not actively trying to stop you from doing your job. It's just like they'll set up patrols on this planet, and you're like, well, now I have to go around them to be able to get to my target. And like if they catch you, they'll just be like, you haven't done anything yet, right? And you're like, no, I'm getting ready to kill someone. They'll be like,
Okay.
well,
So,
you haven't done anything yet.
In Talon's mind right now, he's thinking to himself, a Saiyan, a part of the Galactic Patrol, some sort of mixed hybrid, most likely after
Yeah.
Hale.
I was definitely gonna say with the 10 history on Hale, you can just you definitely can tell. This guy's got
Sandar.
you know.
I think
Hey,
Hale would know
this part
without a doubt.
part Saiyan, but everything else is kind of like the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Hale is staring you down with an air of, like, weird confidence for seemingly being on his own.
Huh. You look a lot different than what the reports say. Well, my name is... I'm not gonna use numbers here. I'm supposed to list out a badge number. I don't personally care about that.
You know we can hear you, right? You have to say your badge number.
So, Garlock like puts a hand to his face, be like, I keep forgetting to turn this shit off. Give me 1 second. Don't you? As Garlock, I think, turns the Galactic communicator off, just basically kind of leaving himself open. Not like basically showing Hale like, I don't want to have like anybody listening on this conversation right now.
You just hear Hale say, "See, this is what I was talking about earlier," to seemingly nobody. Like he doesn't look over at Talon. He just sort of says it into open air.
Talking about what?
See, this is what I was talking about earlier. They always send the idiots.
Really?
Nothing. Don't mind it. What is it you want?
So, first of all, I got at least a call here to check this thing out. I know who you are, Hale.
Good, you should.
I know of your family, and of course
Good,
the
you
locals.
should.
Okay. I'm basically here to check and see if we can try to help this whole issue. Maybe fix your. Appears you have a broken down SIP here.
I just need fuel.
Well, the problem is that the locals are very unwilling to give fuel. I've tried and calm the situation down, but they're kind of in a panic due to everything going on, as I'm sure you can know.
Yes, that is the intended effect of being feared.
So, here's what I at least propose, because I have a mission I need to do. We can get this over with very easily. I have a SIP. You at least come with me. I can report this in to my boss, and then we can at least get you enough fuel, enough whatever that you need in order to get these people to calm down.
Wait.
Hey, Omni.
You said you're part of the Galactic Patrol, yes?
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to know my cousin, would you?
Ah.
Isa?
Yes.
Think he
He's my
runs
boss.
your little group?
Actually.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. As you can see, that is why I kinda have to do what I gotta do. I don't want to kind of cause any, of course, issues or have to use force. That's not something I desire, you know.
Good.
But if we can try to work this out in any sort of way, I'd be heavily appreciated about that.
So just to confirm, this is not an arrest, correct?
No. This is more of a. This is more of just. I don't know how to put this exactly, but it is more of a check-in with your cousin, and to try and see how to work this out.
Goody. He reaches up and taps his scouter once. And just starts to sort of walk forwards towards his pod after tapping his scouter once to send a beep through.
Oh, okay.
It's at this point, Talon probably unprones as I sent. We were literally sent in like DMs a code of like 1 beep stand down, 2 beeps fire at will. We were gonna like if you were like I'm here to arrest you. It was literally he's gonna shoot you.
Yeah, no, I don't. Garlock is not here to like arrest people, but he definitely needs to. He needs to follow what his orders were to be like, okay, this is a serious threat. Bring him into command, and at least try to work this out from there.
Yeah,
You know?
even if Garlic had the strength to kill Hale, it would not be a good idea to do so.
I mean, why would I? Like,
Yeah, well, exactly. There'd be massive repercussions on Cooler's end, so that's
I imagine for the funny headcanon, the second you hear the scouter beep go off, you just see a laser point on your forehead and just move away.
Yeah. Like, what kind of
You still don't see me.
Yeah.
Mhm. Actually, I should probably roll perception if I see a laser point.
Well, there's not actually a laser point.
Well, yeah.
it is more for fun. Is like that's.
Just for funny.
I never rolled perception to see if I even noticed
Yeah.
King. I probably should have.
It makes sense for Garlock's character. He was probably just like, oh, I've only gotten reports of this guy being here alone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think Garlock has enough experience to be like, okay, let's, you know.
Can I sneak up behind Garlock?
I'll let your 22 that you rolled carry for now, because Garlock kind of preoccupied.
Garlock, you'll feel a hand on your shoulder. Hello.
Oh. What the hell? I didn't even see you there. Huh.
Yeah. Of
Well.
course you did. You're not supposed to. That's my job.
Well. Do you have a name?
None of your business.
Don't tell him. You just hear from inside the pod as he's like rummaging around through some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can call me Black Ice. That's
Black
my new code.
Art.
Yeah,
Call
that's,
me
that,
Vanilla Ice.
yeah, that's my code name in the Hale Force, and he goes to the pod.
Yeah. And Hale will just like start handing you stuff. It's like there's a couple boxes of like ration crates, and he's got like 6 bottles of wine tucked under both arms. And then we'll just start walking out like, if we're going with you, I'm taking my stuff.
It's no
I
worries.
don't want your Galactic Patrol food. He says in big quotation marks.
They're not bad.
He looks to you. He's like, "Why do you need their help to fix the ship? I can fix the ship."
The ship's not broken per se. It's just we're out
Fuel,
of fuel.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have energy cells. I can I can rewire.
Interesting.
It's up to you whether you or not you want to go with this guy, but I have the skills to pay the bills, quite literally.
Ah, that's good to know for the future. I do need to speak with Isa, though.
Okay.
We can go along with him. Do you guys have a tractor pod?
Tractor pod?
As in,
Yeah,
yes,
you would
tractor
definitely
to
have
bring my-
something on your ship, Garlock. You would definitely
Out of game, I don't actually know what a tractor pod is. Do you mind?
There's
like
a tractor beam
like a
to carry.
tractor
Oh, a
Yeah.
tractor.
Yeah, but you would definitely have something like
Okay.
that.
Okay, I apologize. I've never heard that term before.
Yeah. He's just like, do you have something that could tow my ship?
Yeah,
I would like
yeah.
to use it again once it's
Give
fueled.
me, if you need, and Golok, I think, looks up, and I think both at the same time, just, like, for comedic effect, like, both, if you don't mind, King, like, both your character and I character, like, pull out, like, Tinker's tools, is like, oh, you have them as well? Oh, okay, let me put these back. My apologies. I could try to, like, hotwire it. I'm not the best on there, but we should at least be able to get your ship into a working order.
For the last time, it's still working. It just needs fuel. I just need your ship to tow it until we get to where you're going that actually has fuel.
He looks towards you. He's not that smart, is he?
Not
No,
really.
I know what
getting-
fuel is, but you still
getting
have
step impression.
you still have cracks and damages to your pod. Running out of fuel in the middle of space isn't properly the best. It would do damage to it if you crash landed here and made a crater.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure Isa has better mechanics.
I mean, yes, but well, so Black Ice and Ice.
Lord Hail Cold. Prince of the Galactic Empire. Yes, nice to meet you.
Name's Garlock.
He looks at you. I don't like Black Ice anymore. Call me Chill.
Excuse me, that's from my great grandfather.
I love the idea.
You see him adjusting his pen like he's not used to this at all.
I like the idea that every session, right, and you don't have to do this, but you come up with a new Icer nickname. Like, I don't like this anymore. Call me Chilled. Call me Sluss. Call me.
That would be funny.
Oh, that'd be fucking amazing.
Call me Fridge. Yeah, you're getting pretty close there, Chipper.
Call me Hale. Wait a minute, that's not allowed.
I'm Hale. No, I'm Hale. I'm Spartacus.
The Spider-Man point meme.
Yeah, exactly.
Except we look nothing
The thing I like.
Yeah, it's so great. Alright, well, my ship should be near me. I can easily get you guys into the city now. Please don't try to cause any panic, but the ships will be ready to go, and we have enough to both take you and... Shit, I apologize. I can't remember Black Ice, or...
Chill.
What did you... No, you. Oh god. We have Hale and... I'm just making sure so I write these down. 'Cause
He
I know
gave you the nickname Chill.
Chill. Okay, I thought you said Hale. My bad.
No.
Brain's very tired. Alright. So Chill and Hale, I'll get you guys going, and we'll try to sort all this stuff out. Just follow me, and we can fix this out. All right?
Sure.
Fair enough.
But I want to pick up another contract before I leave.
I mean, I have no issue with that.
Good.
Good. And you
I'm-
do have a long-range communicator, yes, on your ship?
Yes.
I believe, yeah. I think Golok like thinks for baby like, I do have a sort of communicator on there.
Good,
Not sure
because
how
I have
good
about
it'll be,
6
but-
hours left before before Father decides that I've been gone too long without contact. I just need
Yeah.
to send him a pip through the radio. It's no big deal.
It's no worries.
Yes, I'm sure you
it's-
understand.
No, it's not. Listen, I'll be completely upfront. I have feelings about your father.
A lot of people do.
I have, with you, you haven't murdered, you haven't killed, you haven't stolen anything. All
That
you
the
wanted some
Galactic
gas.
Republic knows of, yes.
Yeah, when you say like you have a problem with his father, you see Chill kind of like reach for his pistol.
He's literally just like, a lot of
Yeah.
I hope, like, I'm playing him as even more of a sassy motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
it. That's
And he gives you an eyebrow raise. You have a problem with who?
I think Garlock like crosses his hands and is like, I have a problem with his father.
His father
I-
pays me. If you have a
Even-
problem with him, you have a problem with me.
Then I guess we have problems. I apologize about that, but I typically don't respect Cooler. I'm sorry that I don't feel intimidated by Cooler or what he can do. I have my own feelings
Whoa.
and values about this. And I'm not going to back down on it.
He literally just, like, looks up at you and is like, this is a very interesting hill to die on.
Yeah, no, Carl, you don't understand. Saiyans have a form of pride, and then someone's like, okay, you have a problem with Cooler. Yes! Who wouldn't have a problem with Cooler? They,
I
And
don't.
he
He
understands
pays
that,
me.
but you keep,
Yeah, no.
you keep saying it straight up. It's like, he's fine. He knows people have issues.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
because you're in his face being like, I have an issue with your dad. He's
well,
like, okay.
I said that once, and then it's just like, the bodyguard's like saying, you have a problem with Cooler, you have a problem with me. Garlock's like, no, I'm not going to back down.
Yeah, he pays me.
Yeah,
like, what
no.
you mean?
Literally just like,
Yeah, I don't
He's-
care who pays
he's
you,
looking
but-
at you like, wow, this
Yeah.
is an interesting hill to die on. Quite literally.
Yeah, no, I feel this fits Garlock because for one, Garlock in particular has been raised in a way to be like, okay, your pride means a lot, especially
Yeah.
for the Saiyan race, and to be
I-
like to
In
bow
all
down in
honesty,
respect,
Garlock, I'm
yeah.
trying to be real nice here.
No, I get it.
honestly, I don't see a situation we don't kill you right now.
No, I mean, man, I understand that, but it's like,
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong.
He's
It's-
literally just like, he looks at you and just says, you said you have superiors here, right?
Superiors on the ship, yes.
Yes. Could you point us in the direction of the ship?
Here. I'll just make this easy. Garlock basically opens up his PDF, sends, or like, you know, whatever this galactic communicator gives
Yeah.
you both knowledge. And don't get me wrong, just out of game, I want to make this clear. Garlock has his own, like, no matter if you two, like, want to do this hail thing, Garlock, I apologize, but is on a different faction.
Yeah.
Like, various
Yeah, it's
opposing
understandable.
factions. You know what I
Um,
mean?
As you send it through to like Hale's scouter, he reads over it and just says, do you mind if I use your scouter for a second? I want to say something to your superiors.
How an insight check on Hale?
Go right ahead.
I don't think Garlock. For one, Garlock has been both like threatened with a gun, and then all of a sudden he's like, hand out your galactic communicator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, roll an insight check if that's what you want.
I'm not the best at insight. That one, no point. Here, you can have it.
He is your new best friend.
He's-
He is
He's a
so
perfectly trustworthy
nice.
man. As
Yeah.
you hand him his scouter, he removes his, puts yours on for a second, taps through and just says, hello there, superior officers. This is Lord Hale Cold speaking. I'm just wondering, how angry would you be if we shot this one? Are you still going to be cooperative, or is it a requirement that he comes back in one
Ye-
piece?
If he were to die, you'd be put under arrest.
Not sure how well it would work out for either of us. Fine, fair enough. He remains in one piece for now. Just try and send better behaved ones in the future. Clicks, hangs up the call, immediately hands it back. Thank you very much, monkey.
Name
And then
Garlock.
sticks his back on. I know your name, but you're being disrespectful, so no respect required.
Same as well to you. Let's get moving, shall we? As Garlock puts on the
Goody
scouter and
lads.
just starts walking. God, the fucking.
Yeah, he was
This
literally just
game-
like, I want to be good little boy right now and get to see ISO without having to put on handcuffs.
It's just how things have played. Garlock has been respectful, but then again, his life has both been threatened as
Yeah.
well. I can't play
Well,
my
you-
character any other way.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, I think this is going great so far. This is
Yeah,
very
it
interesting.
feels amazing, like it's an actual Frost Demon and Saiyan.
Because he's literally just
It
like,
feels, yeah.
if I can get away with it and still have Icer meet me without having to be in handcuffs, I will shoot you right now.
Yeah.
The
Don't get me
only thing that kept you alive right there is because he wants to see Icer without having to be the disrespect of handcuffs.
And I mean, trust me, I understand what Garlock was doing was risky, but it's like you can't just
Yeah,
be
I
like,
understand.
Garlock can't be like, praise cooler, hell no.
No, it's just sort of the same thing of like, there is such a difference between survival instinct and sticking with your guns.
Yeah, and Garlock stuck to his guns, as that's what Saiyans do.
Yeah. But yes, where are we?
This is so you go back to say they finally let you inside, and immediately, Hale, you can kind of tell you're like, oh, they might not have been lying, because this seems a lot more like, while it seems definitely like higher tech, it seems like a lot of the stuff is like coal-based machinery or like local fossil fuel type stuff. And
Normal
like,
gasoline.
yeah, there's like very few things that it seems like it looks off of like your type of quote unquote electricity.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, oh, maybe they weren't lying.
Maybe I should have found NASA.
That's probably why you at first were like, look at how big that city is. Of course you guys do that yourselves. But now that you're inside and you see everything, you're like, oh, they're more industrial.
Yeah, he's walking around, hands still held behind his back, probably like 1 or 2 steps in front of Talon. Sort of just looking around the city and the probably very worried-looking individuals, like hustling and bustling around. A couple on-edge policemen is just like smirking a bit to himself. He's like, "This is good. They understand. They understand the status quo."
Yeah.
Yeah, as I told you, I'm playing Hale as actual Hale this time.
No,
Last
I
time
get
he was
it.
being nice.
Yeah, no, I fully...
Talon walk towards Hale and like lean down and whisper into his ear. I think I'm going to bring us somewhere if you don't mind.
Fair enough. Monkey, where are we going? Is this where your ship is?
Yeah, your ship would be, I'll say, I'm trying to see what would be a good area. We'll say it's like, this is the area where like the ships are down here is like, in this section of the city is where like the port is. You guys are probably coming in through like this area over on this side. So it's like the other side of the city to get to the port.
Question, Omni. Me being an assassin, a bounty hunter, usually in major cities there are some sort of person or place you can check into. Now, I'm not looking for any contracts. However,
They have certain resources that are available, possibly, depending on what you think. Now, by resources, I mean a way for Hale to get in contact with his father without having the Galactic Patrol listen in. So, I would like to use my Urban Bounty Hunter feature. I just posted it, so you can read that. And that's basically what I'm looking for, is a place to check in for a long-range communication to basically secure payment, but mainly so Hale can get in contact with his father.
Without it being
Without-
bugged.
Yeah, without it being bugged. Exactly.
Yeah, you definitely know. Like, you know that super long range communicators are rare, but you know that at least on most planets you go to, there's at least one person that has something that can reach that far. So you definitely would know. There's at least one person in the city that has one, maybe more, but you know at least one. Like, you personally know one because you've probably worked on this planet before, so you probably know them somewhat.
Cool. Yeah. So they have, because you have to be able to communicate very long ranges to get contracts
Yeah.
across and shit and details and shit. So, he'll Do I know where that is, or do you want me to roll something?
I guess make a roll. I'm trying to think, what roll would that be?
Investigation,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
27.
yeah.
Yeah, easily,
Yeah,
easily.
you would know. I'm not gonna point it on the map. I'll say that you know where it is, and you're able to navigate there, no problem.
Okay. So he'll kind of like look around, and like think back for a second, rewind memories, and then lean back down to Hale. After we finish up with the Galactic Patrol, we're gonna go check in somewhere. I'll show you some things.
Interesting wording. Fair enough. He says, giving like a small nod as he continues to walk. All I can hear is just like the fucking Frieza step sound in my head.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's great.
As it looks like they're more just sort of like generally following Garlock's lead, and like they're almost traveling in their own group, but
Yeah.
Garlock is still giving directions.
And I mean, that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
There is tension for now against
Yeah.
Garlock and Hale.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
because
Yeah.
the funny thing is, Hale's more patient than his father, not by a
Yeah.
lot, but a little.
Yeah, no.
Cooler would have just literally like evaporated you.
No, and I mean, I get that, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, as well, that's just kind of how, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
and Garlock's last words were, "I hate your father."
Well, again, I said that I don't agree with Cooler, and then I instantly got like, you don't agree, and a gun pointed at my face.
Well, you
Garlock
have to think about it like this. When you are a part of an organization that arrests people, that is technically an opposing force of their empire, on top of the fact that you're
You
saying
basically just said I don't like the president to the president. Like, I don't like the dictator to the dictator's
their
son.
And on
Yeah.
top of that, like, basically, I'm on bodyguard duty.
No,
right?
and I
No.
completely
Hear me out.
understand
Hear
that.
me out. I'm on bodyguard duty. So when someone says something like that, that means there is a deep root that could of hatred that could lead to resentment. Yes.
Turn to
So-
violence.
There was no hatred. It's just like canonically known as well that Hale's father and like his family have killed people. That's fine.
Go to the
I know
Galactic
that.
Patrol.
Yeah, but like for now, I was wary, and who wouldn't be wary?
Which
Like,
is it's a respectable thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
understandable.
it's
Like, we understand where it's coming from. We're
yeah,
just saying in
I-
character it was like, oh.
No, and I wasn't gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm going to. Here's the big issue, and hopefully
Let's
I
just
don't
move
want.
past this.
Well, no. I want to bring this up because I don't want this to be the campaign how it goes. I don't want it just to be like, hey, like, you know, we're doing this faction, we're going to be doing all this. That's not what I kind of desire for the campaign. I kind of want like a more open-ended campaign rather than just let's just, you know, join this evil, you know, faction. That's
Well,
not
we're kind
what
of gonna be, doing our own
Decide.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah, we're-
I still want to be like I don't want to have party drama between both of us being part of different factions.
I mean, it's definitely something that's going to come up early on. But as you guys, get to know each
I
other,
just
you
wanna
can
be
break
open
the
with
ice.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, like-
Garlock, remember what I said last night? It's just like things have to develop. You have to let things
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
out. Through
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. This is just
This
in
is
character.
just role play.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want it to be like, well, there's this big fight and
It's
Garlock
not
is
going
this
to be.
side, you
It's
know,
not
yeah.
going to be.
That's what I
Garlock.
was
You're
just
the only
worried
one that
about.
thinks it's going to be. Just
Okay.
let it go, and it'll all move past.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Garlock's gonna be like, alright, Chip should be, in this situation. We sure didn't have issues. The scouter was picking up some weird things going on in this city, but we should be good, you know?
Good. He says, like, doesn't even look up at you, like, just checking his nails.
Yeah, you get to the ship and your partner's kind of at the ship and he's like, yeah, we're just topping off fuel, we'll be ready to take off probably within the next 30 minutes or so.
Well,
Appreciate
so they
it.
did have fuel. He says out loud, like, oh, they lied to me. Great.
But the instant you say that, you then look at the ship, you're like, oh, that's one of the older models.
Oh, never mind.
like Garlock's ship is probably like at least 5 years old, whereas yours is like the newest model
Yeah,
that's
not
technically
like-
not
yeah.
even it's not even out yet. Like you got like the
Yeah.
premium early
It
version,
is basically the presidential, like,
presidential Tesla / luxury vehicle.
I'm
Yeah,
driving the Cybertruck.
where
The
whereas they've got the
horrible Cybertruck.
janky old like diesel with like the engine
Why
exposed
are you
truck.
driving around in a 1998 Toyota Tacoma?
Yeah, and you've got freaking like Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it says it's gonna take about 30 minutes or so to fuel up.
Yeah. So in those 30 minutes, now knowing the location, like exactly, Hale will look up at Talon and be like, "You wanted to show me somewhere real quick, right? We have about half an hour.
Yeah, we gotta move quickly.
Good. We'll be back. If you need security, then we can. We're not gonna run off. We can take. I don't know, the monkey."
The guy he kind of
And,
looks. The guy kind of like looks at you guys and he's like he kind of looks over at Garlock and like, if you want to go with them, you can. But I mean, they haven't killed anyone yet,
that-
so
I
as
don't
long
think-
as
Talon will say, no, that's not needed. And then he'll start walking.
yeah, he's just like just don't blow any kneecaps.
No promises.
I aim for the head anyways.
Yeah, then you start walking away and Garlock's partner looks over at Garlock and is like,
This is gonna
It-
be a
it's-
rough
yeah,
mission.
this is not gonna be a fun journey, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I
I imagine
think-
they basically showed up, dropped off Hale's shit in the back of the car, and was like, "Bye, we'll be back."
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
I think Garlock, while everyone's gone, I think do their stuff first, but I think his feelings, he can feel like his feelings and rage kind of like just this has been very stressful both for him, as both a call and both the constant monkey calling, of course. I think he just
I'm using the M word.
yeah, no, yeah, and it's like it's taking every fiber of his being not to fucking blow up. I think he just kind of gets into the middle of the ship and goes into a meditative stance. And that we can come back to that later.
Ooh.
Hale,
Yeah, and we can say for flavor that during this meditative state, that's when your special thing happens.
yeah,
That's when that activates and you get that thing. So like that's in session. That's when that happens. But yeah, so you guys make your way and you find your way through and kind of going through some back alleyways and and it's like going through like a series of like you go through a back alleyway, knock on a door, say a couple of like special words and like some key words, and then go into a building and then kind of like having to go underneath, going down what feels like 4 stories under the ground and then like navigating like the under labyrinth of the city. And it's just a lot of like nothing. It's like a lot of just like cave walking and like whatever. And then eventually you get to this like really small like black market type place. After like walking for like probably at least like 20 minutes worth of walking just to get to this place. It's like because it's like 4 stories under the city. It's like very below ground.
No, we're light jogging because Talon, he's used to moving quickly and on his own. So like now Hale has stepped into his domain. So he's like kind of showing him what he has access to.
Well, the funny
Wh-
thing is, your light jogging, like, is basically just Hale's walking speed, because you have like a 30-foot movement speed, don't you?
Exactly.
I have a
yeah.
50 foot, so yeah, like you're like in a light jog, and he's just kind of like, for the sake of fun.
Well, it's like
he's just kinda,
hovering.
like, hovering. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just moving on through, and then when I step into the black market, he'll like smile. Ah, finally home. Yeah. So
The ad does seem cleaner here.
Yeah, and then you just hear, I got some black goo here, not sure what it does, but it's illegal on 13 planets.
Hey, I snap my fingers and point at him. What's up, man? How you doing?
Why, hello there, sir. Would you like some black goo? I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but if you put it on someone's skin, it burns right through them.
Ooh,
Oh,
that could be very useful.
Yeah, just make sure.
He
Just
looks at it. Can I roll like a medicine check or something?
sure.
dang.
Wow, I keep
Yeah.
rolling all 10s.
At first
That's
glance,
literally
like
my fourth 10.
it really, it's just this weird black goo, and even
I look
Yeah.
at it. Wait, that's just Arcosian's spa fluid.
yeah, no. So you're like, what is that? But then you end up finding out what's you call yourself? You're going by chilled right now. Yeah, chilled. You like it almost has a fluid, like the consist, like looking at it, and the guy's like kind of like swirling around in a bottle. It almost has like the consistency of like a slightly viscous fluid, almost like blood. So you think maybe it might be like an alien species blood or something, but you're not sure. But he's like, yeah, just make sure that whatever you do when you pour it on something, that nothing that you care about is around, because once it goes through the body, it will go through the ground, and well, we're not sure how far deep it will go. It'll just keep burning through until it finds something it can't burn through, or it'll burn through the planet. Not really sure. He's like, the only thing it can't burn.
Insight.
Yeah. This guy is telling the truth. This guy has no idea what it is. He's just like, as far as I know, this is the only material that it can't burn through, and it's just like strange, like metal container, but it's like
Okay.
see-through.
What do you think, boss?
How much are you selling it for?
20,000 zenny.
20,000 then.
That's not bad.
He
How
got,
much
he-
money did we start out with?
oh god, yeah. How much? Probably like, I'm trying to think. If 200 million is 20,000 gold, you're like probably around like between like 15,000 and 30,000 probably. So like,
730,000.
oh wow, even
That's
better. Okay, yeah.
starting wealth.
700. Okay, 700. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll say 730,000. So yeah, so this would be well within your. And I'll say with that
I
in.
rolled like almost max. On
I'll
my
say
starting.
with that insight check, you can tell that like the reason why he's selling it so low is he doesn't really want to deal with this because he's afraid that he might burn like everything with it. He's like, he just wants to get rid of it. He's like,
Okay.
he's like, I came across this and now I don't know what to do with it.
Hale kind of like scratches his chin for a second and say, "Do business in Imperial space."
Yes.
He will like reach into his cloak into a small pocket and pull out like a business card almost, slide it across the table, and just say, "Well, as the Imperial Prince, I will say we'll make it easier for you to do business if you give us a good deal." I would like to roll persuasion, as I'm basically
Go
trying to
right
be like,
ahead.
"Hey, may I get advantage on this? Because
Yes.
I'm doing this for his business.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say like
thank
this kind of is invoking your background a little bit as
'Cause,
well.
he's literally just like, I can get you like, we can get you some contacts in the Imperium.
So
And
he's like, how 15,000 sound?
15,000.
We should take 4 doses.
4 doses, yes. Do you
I'll
have
put
any
in
money or am
30.
I paying this? Okay,
No,
you're
we
paying
could
30.
split it.
30,
Yeah.
so I'm paying 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll reach into like his pocket and pull out like 30,000
Yeah.
zenny in Imperial coin. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
so for mechanics wise, this goo will effectively functions like the spell Tasha's Caustic Brew. It does 1d4 damage per turn until they take an action to try and wipe it off. But this counts as this is the 3rd level spell equivalent of it. So it's a high. I think it does like 3d4 or something like that. So it's pretty. pretty potent acid.
Yeah. At 3rd level. Oh, wow. That's 64. That's nice.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, and it
It's
takes an action to take it off too. So it's a whole turn to get it off of you. So yeah,
It's
yeah.
wow.
So you
oh,
get
and it's up for a full minute because it's not a spell.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually really good.
It's one of my new favorite spells. But yeah, so this is effectively.
nice.
So and you said you bought three doses.
Four
doses. So yeah, so 4 doses. So four uses of it, and like I said, it lasts a minute and 64
damage is not
64 damage over the course of a minute, unless they try to.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah.
this is a goo, it's not really. I'm probably not even going to say there's a dex save. It's just like if you throw it at them, but because of the viscousness of it, any creature that makes a dex save has to do it at disadvantage because it is very sticky. It's more sticky than it is liquidy, so it's harder to avoid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got 4 doses of that. Then basically works. You chuck it at someone, and yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So Hale, after sort of like putting up these items in whatever bag, I'm assuming.
I have a backpack.
I'm assuming Talon is probably the one that's carrying these.
Yeah, I have a like a sort of like a sling bag.
Yeah.
Like a shoulder bag, so he kind of like lines them up in there safely into like a metal container, and like pads it with some cloth so that there's no shock, because that's what breaks things is shock.
Yeah.
So
It's
there's
like a
no
padded
shock.
interior. That's where you have it in like your energy cell container or something.
Yeah. So they're
Like
just
your
chilling.
energy cell. Yeah.
And he'll say, yeah, these will come quite in handy. I could apply these real close without them noticing.
I'll inject them. I wonder how that would work.
Ooh, we would just need metal that could sustain this, but it could work, definitely.
Find something.
Yeah. Oh, we'll figure it out.
You're
Maybe
an
some.
interesting man. I find you very interesting.
Thank you. You he kind of like raises an eyebrow, sort of.
Yeah.
Um,
So the funny part
I don't
is
know-
that Garlock
It's like you don't meet many men that are perfectly fine discussing
the funny-
injecting corrosive
well,
materials.
and as
into
you say,
people's
that's to say,
backs.
the funny part is that with Garlock, like it makes it like Garlock not being attacked, he doesn't know what you guys are buying, so it actually makes sense. 'Cause, like he wouldn't know what you guys are buying, so him not actually being here kind of,
Yeah.
in a way, is a blessing, because then you can actually like keep what you guys buy secretive without him like player wise knowing. And then when you pull out this black goo, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
exactly. And so he'll be like, I don't know what I think yet, but all I know is, I think this relationship could prove to be beneficial,
As
and
do I.
we'll see where it goes over time. And he'll like shake your hand.
Yeah. He gives you like a firm like single shake kind of thing, like clasp arm, like before continuing to walk. So where's this contact you mentioned?
Right this way. He smiles, and he's just gonna walk towards where he knows, probably some alien or something.
Yeah, and as you're walking by, there's like so many varieties of things. You see other people with like bottles of green goo and brown goo. There's people that like they're selling what looks like severed tails from like a variety of different species.
Like grandniece or something. Is our contact here?
So I'll just find my contact wherever he is. Do you want me to roll another investigation now that we're here?
Sure.
Okay. 24.
Oh my god, geez, you're rolling really well
Because, like,
tonight.
I guess while he's looking for his contact, may I roll a investigation/perception to see if I can spot anything interesting?
I'd say perception probably would be. I mean, whichever one's better, I guess. It doesn't matter. 16, yeah, you can definitely. I mean, probably one of the first things that catches your eye is like all these like strange like alien appendages, and like you go over, you're kind of walking by, you see these alien appendages, and like at first it's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of tails in the background, but you also see like what looks like the carapace of some sort of spiky thing, and it's like the spikes are like they basically took the carapace and made it into sort of like spiked shield, and then you look at the tails and you realize the tails are on sticks, and there's like, oh, those tails are like spears, and like they really made some.
sauce for people. He says to that. He's like walks past. He says over to Talon as he walks past.
Yeah, and there's like a variety of like other different like goos and like some sort of like, you have one guy that is like, he says it's a Millie Wonka's many magical menageries or something like that, or it's like a bunch of it's a lot of really strange things, and like some of the things at first just look like, like, oh, there's like a potion vial of something, but then you have like the thing where it's like all the dead like skeletons of aliens that have been turned into weapons and stuff, and like it's like that's your variety of stuff. It's like it's either very minimal, like, okay, versus like, hey, guy, want to buy a body? like very, very strange stuff here.
Strap a child to a chair.
Yeah, you definitely hear off to the side. You definitely hear, "Can I have some food?" "Shut up, bitch!" Ding. Like, it sounds like someone's in a cage.
I'm hungry. You're ruining my business.
Yeah, and you definitely see like people are walking around, and then they've got like alien species, like they have like what looks kind of like a alien-esque dog thing, but like it seems to be talking and stuff. It's on a leash, but then when it starts talking, they're like, "Shut up, slave! I just bought you," and you're like, the fuck? Like, at first you're thinking, oh, that's a dog, and then you're like, wait, no, it's speaking sentiently, and then slavery. Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's not a pet. Well,
Not
it
for
is,
me,
but
not for me, but teach their own. But yeah, he doesn't stop anywhere or do anything besides like occasionally admiring the goods.
yeah, a lot of weird
They don't
stuff.
stop anything. Yeah, he's just sort of walking around, letting Talon lead the way to his contact.
Yeah, and Talon, you go off to the corner and find like where the door is, and there's like a guy guarding, and he's like, "Oh, you're here to talk with the big guy out back?"
He'll look at him like strangely. Blackbird flies in the night.
He just kind of looks at you and just kind of steps away and lets you through.
Thank you. And he'll just walk through.
No questions on his face, just walks through with you.
Yeah. You see as Hale starts walking by, for a second it looks like the dude's going to step in your way, but then sees who you are, and then just like, and then he goes, stands right up.
Can I just do passive intimidation? 20?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. He looks like he's going to step in front and be like, "Excuse me, sir," but then he sees you, and then just steps
Just
back.
shoots- like he's halfway through, like, "Excuse me," and then I just shoot him and look, and he's like, "Never mind."
Yep. He's like,
'Cause
"Oh
I have
fuck."
Technically, passive intimidation 20, which is hilarious.
Yeah, your Dark Lord feature would definitely be in
Yeah.
effect in this area, because most of these people probably know who you are.
Influence over the darkness.
Yep.
Every form of criminal organization and evil entity will know about you, your exploits, and your title as the Dark Lord.
Yep. So they see you, like, at first they're like, wait, they're like, whatever, and then they make eye contact, like, wait a minute, oh shit.
Ah, shit, we're in the big leagues now.
They're like, oh no, he's here. We got cross our T's and dot our I's here. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
God, I gotta look impressive.
pretty much. And you make your way through to the back, and you enter the room, and sitting at the front of the table is, best way I can describe is a slightly more muscular version of Jabba the Hutt. Like super fat, but like his arms are a little bit longer and a little bit more muscular. Like he has some definition, but he's definitely like that level of fat. Like, and he's just kind of like sitting in.
Strong
Yeah.
man. Strong man build.
Yeah, and he's gonna start sitting in the desk. He's got like greenish skin, no hair, with like a bunch of like spikes on top of his head, and he's smoking like what is this planet's equivalent of a cigar, but it's like pink instead of the normal color of a cigar, and it's the smoke is green.
Every time he takes a puff.
Yeah, he's like, what can I do for you boys?
Well, I was just checking in. Not really looking to take up any contracts right now, but he nods towards Hale. The Empire probably will be funneling more contracts our way, and specifically to me.
Yeah.
Right now-
The instant you say that, he his eyes widen, and he leans forward, and he's like, "Oh, you don't say."
Yeah, I'll be needing more compensation for that soon. But either way, maybe you could help me. Well, not I, but we need access to the long-range communicator.
Huh, I see. That's quite a big ask. But then he makes eye contact with Hale, and he's kind of like, you say that so you yourself are getting a lot of contracts, but there'll be other contracts as well?
We'll work something out. Plus, I figure it like this. While the Empire is strong, they could give contracts to us to, make sure their dirty work and wet work is done without having their name attached to it.
He kind of looks. He just basically looks at Hale and he says, "As long as the contracts can keep coming and they're of decently sufficient funds, then I don't see any issue of why I can't let you use the communicator." And then he kind of like taps his foot and it's like boom, boom, because it's like a massive, like almost like elephant foot, because this guy's that massive. And then like this like very sheepish like 4'5" girl comes over like this like wheeling a cart with this like gigantic ass like very retro style phone thing, but like it's got like a satellite on the side. It's like very like haphazardly put together, but like it seems to be working. Like there's a couple sparks here and there, but it's working.
And he'll kind of like narrow his Talon will narrow his eyes a bit, and look at him. And this is something huge for the guild. This relationship could be long-lasting and beneficial to both parties. So, while I may not need money for compensation, I want respect where it's due. I want a rank up in the guild, access to more features when we go to locations on planets.
Roll persuasion.
And he'll kind of like look towards Hale. Maybe you could give more insight into what the Empire has to offer. And I'll have Hale take over the persuasion.
Are you giving me the help action or something?
Yeah.
Persuasion. So help action advantage. Let's see how I roll. Nat 20.
Whoa!
There we go.
There we go.
This is the fucking new, the dynamic duo of the underworld.
As you like lean down and point to me, Hale is still like crossed arms looking at this man, looking at the phone, looking at this man, and he just says, "I assure you our business opportunities will be lucrative, so to say, for your guild. I cannot guarantee what they may hold, but I can guarantee that they will hold plenty of Zenny, or whatever it is your currency is."
He's like, "As long as my pockets are flush, then you can have whatever you want around here."
Not flush, overflowing. He says with a big smile, and before walking over and picking up the receiver, punching in a code, and then getting a probably very worried or very confused communicator like connector like on the other side.
Yeah.
Before he's just like, communication code 8429 Delta.
Yeah, so are you calling like directly like Cooler's direct line, or is this to like
Basically,
Okay.
he's calling Cooler's direct line, and I'm assuming the code changes like every time he does it. So that
Yeah.
these people they don't have a direct line to Cooler.
Now is this like would this be like a line that like you would only have an access to, or would be other just to determine what Cooler's reaction would be? Like
I would assume this is like not the personal line, because he
okay,
only
so
uses
it's like it'd
that
be
in,
like it'd just be like his upper elites all have
Yeah,
this line type
this
of
is
thing.
like
Okay.
The upper command line.
So it's
This
not
is
like
his
it's not like
personal line.
so it's not like something only you would know. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's like probably a good like couple of minutes of like it's like on hold essentially while trying to connect, and it's like the satellite is whirling, and then you hear, "State your number." Then you can recognize it's your father's voice. You assume he's probably like your like officer number / whatever is what he's asking for.
Hello,
Basically-
Father. Number 1. Just calling in to let you know I'm not dead. Ship ran out of fuel around 3/4 of the way through the trip. Do check in with the docking bay about that. Could be an intentional thing. Just wanted to call in, give you my confirmation code. Make sure you're not going to go blow up any planets.
You're like, well, I'm gonna have to go make some calls and pull some people back.
Good to know you care about me, Father.
He kind of like chuckles and he's like, so it took you a full week to get in contact.
The natives were resistant to giving me fuel. I tried to play it nice, so to say, not trying to get in trouble with ICE's little parade group. But eventually, I got into the cities, met a new friend, ally. He's interesting. I have him in my employ. I promised him a decent contract. He seems like a fairly interesting chap. I'll send you the specifics at a later date. Just nothing too much. About 50 million.
He's like, that's it?
Yes, I know. He was remarkable. Apparently they put a bounty on my head. I don't know who. I don't think he'll tell me, even if he is my employee. But that was only like a quarter of the contract.
He would say, "I would tell you if you gave me more money."
You heard the man. Maybe at a later date. But yes, Father, just wanted to let you know I'm not dead yet. Don't plan to be anytime soon.
Very well.
Ta-ta, unless you have anything for me.
Not yet, but I believe we'll be having conversations relatively soon if this guy is looking for employment.
Here's hoping. Yes, I'll, call you before next week, let you know once again. Till then, hangs up the call and listens to that first.
Yeah, I imagine it's just like awkward silence for like good like 20 seconds, and then you hang up the call.
Yeah. He hangs it up. Looking back to the Jabba the Hutt fellow, and it's just like, just let you know, that code will not work again. As like a, just so you know, you do not have access to that code channel. That code channel is constantly changing.
He's kind of like, very well.
So my cat was like licking a bowl. It's like, well, thank you for your hospitality. Kind of cracks his knuckles and then looks to Talon, gives a nod of like, think we're good to go unless you have everything else.
I might see if there's a good weapon shop here before we leave. Stock up on some energy cells, but other than that, yeah, I'm good. Go look for a weapon shop if there is one, or a technology shop.
Yeah,
something.
there's definitely a few. So are you looking just for energy cells or anything else in particular?
Yeah, any weapon attachments, any cool stuff like that.
Here, let me go. So I'm gonna take a look at the weapon modification to see what's available that's not broken at this point.
looked at it.
If
I
the
never
prices
looked at
are
it.
listed, then it's basically anything the price says add like times 10,000.
Times 10,000.
Okay.
Coolio. So
Yeah.
variant rules. Here we go. Variant rules. Where the hell are the weapon mods? There, weapon modifications. Okay, let's see. Yeah, those don't matter. Those adamantine, silver. Those probably don't matter too
Yeah, so
much. There we go.
basically, like-
Barrels. Barrel. Maybe like a extended barrel. You probably could find some form of like extended barrels. Suppressor. Oh, suppressor. Because I don't think your weapons have suppressors yet, and your stuff gives you benefits with suppressors. So maybe some sort of suppressor could work.
Oh, you said last night that I had one on my pistol.
Okay, then yeah, so you did start with one. Okay, yeah. There's
And
reduced
I bought a-
barrels. There's a lot of stuff.
Alright. Is there any barrels that increase my accuracy or my range or anything like that?
Yeah, I believe that is what the extended barrel. Yeah, extended barrel. Weapons. Its normal range increases by 10. Its maximum range increases by 30, and the range or attacks have disadvantage due to being close increases by 5, which I don't think matters because you have
Yeah,
the
gunner.
gunslinger. So it just gives you your minimum range is increased by 10, and your maximum range is increased by 30.
Okay, I'll get that for my rifle.
Here, yeah, and I'll just
It says
Copy.
its cost is common, so I'm assuming that's probably common for magic items.
yeah. So that's probably not too bad, especially if you're spending Zenny. I mean, magic items early on are not that. Common magic items are pretty.
Yeah,
Common.
is like 50 to 100, so
Times 10,000.
500,000 to a million.
And you guys had how much to start? 700 and something
I
thousand.
have 700,000.
Yeah, so it'd be like I'll probably say like 500,000 because of with where we're starting, it would be something pretty like especially on this planet that it probably takes them a lot to make something like that, but
I don't know how much is 20 gold and. I don't know
200,000.
Okay, I don't know how much.
yeah, basically just multiply it by multiply it by
One gold is
100,000.
10,000 Zen.
All right, extended barrel, perfect.
Yeah.
Mainly, he's buying this because he's not sure when he's gonna get a
Yeah,
chance
no.
to come back.
So
I'll
to
just-
how much are you
again.
paying on this? Do you have 500,000, or am I having to chill out some for this?
No, I mean I can pay.
There, I sent it to you in a private thing, so you can add it.
Yeah.
Add it
I don't know
on.
how much money I was supposed to start with. Omni, do you have any?
I took starting gold instead of starting items,
Yeah, so it all
Yeah.
depends
so
on.
that's why I'm starting with so much.
I didn't think to add starting items in. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
That was one thing I didn't think of. How much do we start with?
Well, I'm pretty sure
Starting
at base
well,
you start
or
with like
items?
20 gold and then items, or you then roll and then you just
I mean, no,
buy
like,
My
items.
background gave me 30 gold.
Yeah, I meant more like how much. What does the martial arts class gold give you?
Starting wealth, 2d4 times 10.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 and I rolled like a 7 total. I got a 3 and a 4. So
4. That's not bad.
4. Okay, so that's would be
Total.
like 400,000.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm good now.
And then your galactic patrolman like wages or whatever.
Yep.
yeah. So I'll probably say like in total you probably have like 500,000 in total with your
You
galactic
have
control stuff.
600,000.
Oh,
'Cause
600.
starting
Oh,
with
yeah.
20.
Yeah, 600,000. There you go.
That's
So
not bad. Pretty good.
yeah. So you got a decent wage. You're actually getting paid this time.
Jesus Christ, that took like 8 bajillion years.
All right, so DM. So what I did is what you call it? Light energy cells will be for pistols. Energy cells would be for rifles, and heavy energy cells would be for antimatter rifle.
Yeah, which the heavy ones are going to be the
anything,
hardest to find. You could
Yeah,
you could
yes.
definitely find. You could probably find quite a decent amount of the light ones. Maybe you might be able to find some regular. Definitely on here, there is no heavy on this planet.
Okay, there's no heavy on this planet. Okay.
Like
So
they
there's no-
barely have any regular sized ones.
Okay. So I mean, I have plenty of light energy cells anyway. So I'm how much are they going for though? The light energy cells.
I'd probably say. I'm trying to think of what would be a good. How much does normal ammunition go for in D&D? Like 10 gold a bullet or something?
Hold on.
I'm thinking like 20,000 a bullet or something like that, but that might be too expensive. Like or 20,000 a cell, because I think one cell is like
I
4 shots or something. So like 20,
For the pistol, it's 50.
50 gold,
No,
Yeah.
50 shots. in
50
the-
shots. Okay, so yeah, so probably like 50 shots. So that's like equivalent to 50
and
bullets.
it
So
doesn't
probably
say
like
it costs.
I'd probably say like 100,000 zenny, because if it's 50 shots, that's like you only really need like 1 or 2 for
One,
a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
So maybe like 100,000 for 50 shots worth, 50 bullets essentially.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad.
And then I'll probably say probably for the rifle rounds is probably 200,000, and then for the heavy it's probably like 500,000. Like those are like very very rare, so that's why they're
Okay.
even more than double.
You could probably only buy like bundles of 25 at a time.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Okay.
not something that's very common.
Okay. So how much ammo did you want me to start with in the first place?
Uh,
For light energy cells.
let's say probably like with what you just bought, maybe three cells in total, which is 150 bullets essentially. So I think that's a decent amount to start with.
Okay.
Yeah.
You started with 2, and you just bought your third, so that's a decent amount.
All right. Cool. So I'm all good to go then.
All right, and we can just we're
And,
back
Hale
at
doesn't
Spastic's
need
spaceship.
weapons.
His body is a weapon.
The
I
weapon.
don't
no
need weapons.
destruction.
I am one.
The weapon.
But
have
yeah,
$1
you
million.
guys make it back to the spaceship.
Technically, I'm the $200 million man.
Yeah. And yeah,
I imagine they rock back up to the spaceship as it's like finishing refueling. Actually, probably it finished refueling a little bit ago, but they're just now showing.
you guys got like smug ass smirks on your face of all the shit that you bought.
Yeah. The Talon's like still still already tinkering with his rifle to like change out the barrel or something.
Yeah.
Sorry for the wait. Actually, I'm not, but we're here. You ready to leave?
Yeah. The ship should be fueled up. Things should be alright. It seems you should be ready to go.
All right.
Good job, monkey. He flicks you like a 5 zenny coin.
Listen, I'm gonna take that. Just because my rages fucking suck here, but appreciate it.
Your partner looks over you, and you just hear him grumble. Well, if you start pulling your own weight more.
Wow, listen, I'm not the best at driving this fucking ship. Alright, now let's see if I can do it again. No.
For a
Speaking-
second, I
speaking
thought
of
that
your
was the
ship.
Millennium Falcon.
Oh my god, that'd be insane.
Yeah. No,
Ye-
wait. Is this? No,
I
this
think
is
this
the.
is a Star
This
Wars.
is
It definitely
This
is a
is
Star
it's
Wars
definitely
one,
a
I
Star
think.
Wars ship.
Yeah.
I've played
This
this
is-
system before.
This is the what you call it? The Ebon Hawk. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
It says the Eternal Driquid.
Oh yeah.
Driquid.
No, I mean
is
like
a
the
Star
model.
Wars.
Ah,
this-
Yeah.
This is 100% a Star Wars ship as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah.
because-
Definitely.
it's from the
Because
Star
I
Wars
s-
system.
I
You,
see,
you can
yeah, this is-
you can thank Vitality for this.
Oh, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Vitality.
Vitality.
Thank you.
Yes.
So yeah, this is the ship. This is your ship, Garlock. This is you and your partnership, which I don't have a picture for your partner, but he's just
I chuck him out
somewhere.
Of space. We don't need him. um,
Can you make our
Uh,
tokens smaller?
oh yeah.
Yeah. I think we can be
Just
one
a
size.
teeny tiny bit smaller. There we go.
Yeah, I chill out over here so I can play cards. If anyone wants to play cards.
Oh hell yeah.
That's too small. There we go. Yeah, no.
Actually, if you'd be down, I don't know if your character would, but I'd like to try and play a little bit of cards if you want to put
Oh my
money
God.
on it.
Okay, let's zoom in and actually do it better
But
because
that's
it's
up
not.
to you.
You have to role play it.
Yeah, I
There
know.
we go.
Yeah, I know.
He's right now. He's just like chilling on the couch. He like walks over, doesn't say anything to anyone, sits on the couch, and like puts his gun on the table, his pistol, and starts cleaning it. And he puts his deck of cards on the side for later.
Alright. I think Garlock basically is next to Hale, kind of looking. So, I don't personally care about the cabin over here. That's probably the best one. I don't care where I sleep, but you, Hale, might want a better one. So that's the best one we've got with the suite. We have autopilot for cockpit. We have a bunch of other cabins that I have no idea who's in here. Don't care. This is a ship. If you need anything, do let me know. Otherwise, I might just try to. I don't know. What do you guys want to do on the trip here?
I'll be modifying my weapons, checking over my equipment, getting to know the ship. That's about it.
Man.
Hale takes a seat at this desk, at like this chair.
May I ask you a question?
Which are you asking?
Garlock kind of looks towards, God, I'm real bad. Chill, right?
Yeah, that's what Garlock would know.
Yeah, chill, yeah. So, I'm not the best tech myself, but, how exactly are you going to be modifying a weapon? I know a little bit about tinkering, but you're probably better at it than me.
I have my tools.
Do you mind if I see them?
No.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But he looks at you, kind of like curiously. Maybe when I get more acclimated to this place and get to know you more, maybe.
Yes.
But no promises. I don't really know you, and you
No,
don't
I
pay.
get it.
You don't pay me.
Yeah, Galactic Patrol doesn't pay well. I mean, they do
The-
alright.
The classic Alucard. If you make it past a week, I might know your name.
Well,
Until then, you spare blood.
yeah, no worries. Well, just in case things get bad, there's a Bacta tank over there, some escape pods.
For the sake of making this even tackier, I am imagining this is like baby blue carpet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
Super
like-
old carpet.
Yeah,
It's like, why
it's
is there so shagging this?
Well, if you, I'm trying to think of what we can do. How long will this trip be, by the way, on me? Like,
Probably like 2 days at most.
so we have about 2 days. I don't know if you guys have any ideas on what to do. I don't know if there's any training facility here, but do you guys have any games or anything to pass the time? Because I don't got anything.
Hale just kind of like sassily raises up a glass of wine he's already sipping on. It's just like, this is all I need.
Alright, that's good. I don't know what to do myself. Normally it's a bit weird having companions on this ship, as old as it is.
He'll look up. You, chill. He says with like a little bit of a smirk. It's just like, do you have anything you wish to do?
Well, like I said, go over my equipment. Maybe make a few things. I had a design in mind to improve the stability on my pistol. Besides that, I'll play some cards, swap some stories, get to know the ship. Well, that's it.
I always did love a good card game.
We can give it a shot.
He like puts his pistol down. Want to play?
Yeah.
Sure,
and-
no
and
guarantee
he-
for calling.
He looks towards Garlock. You too, monkey
Yeah.
man.
I'm not really the best at cards, but I can give it a shot.
We'll see. Come on.
Yeah.
And he like has everyone come over.
Hale stays in his seat, but like hovers slightly in it as he doesn't want to touch like the old gross upholstery.
And yeah, I'll just shuffle. I will just play poker. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So DM, what do you want us to roll? Because I have proficiency. I have proficiency in playing
He's
cards.
probably the best at
I mean,
cards.
there's also you could just do this.
Oh my god, there's a card that I've never played poker.
I
don't know
neither,
how
but
to
I
play
was just
poker.
doing, I was doing that just for
Yeah,
I was doing that just for
please,
show.
God, I have no
Probably
idea.
just probably like a couple of yeah, I don't know.
Probably
May I
just,
roll
like-
deception since we're doing poker?
That's probably like deception or like a couple of like charisma contests to like charisma versus
how-
insight and stuff. So like to
Okay.
see if people are
I'm not
bluffing.
bad at-
I am rolling a lot of tens.
I'm not bad with deception. Let me change the Garlock. Watch me willing that one. God damn it.
Yeah, so
Garlock
Garlock
rolls
is
up-
immediately bluffing. Like you can easily
Yeah,
tell
you
just
can-
by the way his like his eyes wide and he's like ooh.
Garlock is just like, I'm all in. Like,
I'm
super
all
obvious.
in.
Hey,
Yeah.
you see, Chill. He kind of like smacks his forehead. Man,
Uh.
you gotta work on your poker face.
Yeah. Hale is just like, he doesn't do this very often, but you can tell he's probably not trying very hard because he got kind of a bad hand. He's just kind of like playing along, like trying to get you to raise as much as possible.
I don't know why.
Shoot both of us.
He might get
Bad
a one or
poker,
two out
get
of
the
you,
fuck
but
outta
he's
here.
not. He's obviously
Yeah.
not selling it crazy hard.
Okay.
The first round definitely goes to
Yeah. How much are we
chill.
betting on this?
Oh,
God, like how much do you have?
not much.
How much? You have like
I-
600,000.
I think definitely. What's I'm trying to think of like how to put this. 600,000.
I just put that in like an item instead of trying to put it in the GP slot.
Okay, I thank you.
Yeah, I just put it in an item.
It would be about. I think Golok would have a decent amount, just more to just kind of have something exciting for the game.
Like 10k?
Oh, I was gonna
10
put 5K, but yeah.
Yeah, 10k is like basically 1 gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, so I guess that means you're up, what, 30k?
yeah. Right now in the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 30k in the pot. Second hand?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do this. He shuffles up, and we got the chips. We got all our chips, all that. We're just, I imagine we like get knickknacks from our
Yeah.
bags. To count
Yeah,
as
exactly.
chips.
Golok's like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got it better this time, and it's like just a poker face going on.
19A.
Oh.
Hale's actually trying now.
Yeah.
It's like, you
Hale
dare
actually
beat-
got,
you
like, a
dare
somewhat
beat
decent
me?
hand, so he's actually
Yeah.
he's actually focusing on the game. Let's see this
Alright.
man get like a natural 20.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cheat. I'm gonna try and cheat.
Ooh.
And you stealth. 21.
Actually,
I was gonna slide a hand.
But it would be the same bonus
wait,
probably. I would. I mean, it
Uh,
depends on what his.
Omni,
I mean, it's
Omni,
still.
Yeah.
Omni, for the stupidest thing, I am using my thing on his stealth.
You don't know I'm cheating.
Oh wait, you're right. Well,
But
don't know
okay.
how this
But here's.
works,
I'm pretty sure this
actually.
still would. This still would.
This
Because this
would
is because this
actually
isn't
go.
technically him actively choosing to do something. It's just something that happens
It
because he
happens.
knows it's supposed to go a certain way. So technically, it would work.
Huh? This homebrew bullshit.
No,
It is
technically it's not homebrew. This is straight from
It's not
5e
homebrew.
D&D. It's
This-
just
this is
it's
not
some it's
homebrew.
a feature I gave him from a class.
This is
It's like it's instead of how you guys have your special items and stuff, I gave him a feature that kind of fits with his backstory.
But an item can be lost, but I got you.
I mean, this
Oh,
can
yeah,
technically be
you're
this
right,
can
right.
technically be lost as well. It's
That
just
is true. That is true.
it's also once per week he can do this. So
Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna do it instead of using this for anything. I'm gonna do it. For this thing.
the stupidest.
Why
way-
the fuck not?
Oh, so
The
yeah,
stupidest thing.
roll I guess re-roll that
No,
stealth.
that becomes
It's the 20.
Geo.
Oh,
No, no,
just
no, no.
makes it become.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What does it become?
A 16 now. That probably still beats everything, but
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it makes the die becomes a 16. So
Yes.
so
No, no, no,
then
You actually
the
made his
die-
roll better.
the die. No, the die was a 5. I was adding in the modifiers.
Oh,
plus
okay.
11. Yes.
oh okay.
You like shuffle, you like. Shift
So then
around your
Hale would
cards,
win this
Talon.
round.
Yeah, Talon, you like shift around your cards, and you're like, haha, I'm gonna do this. But you accidentally draw like one worse card, and you're like, fuck.
You ready? You ready?
I-
You ready? Action surge. I stop time.
I
And I roll again.
Just
Then
try.
you- Oh, okay, you tie with Hale. I
Yeah,
like
so
the idea
like
that you and
so like
Hale just get
you're
back and forth
you're
and
doing
back and
stuff
forth
and
back
you're expecting it to go a certain way, but then for some reason just something goes wrong. You're like fuck this, and you just quickly like
I didn't-
without
You
without
lose
anyone
an 18
noticing.
because your action surge gives you a level of exhaustion.
Oh wait, yeah.
But
No,
that's
this is-
after
this
the
is-
fact though, right?
No, this is my regular action surge because
Oh,
I
yeah.
have 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And
Oh,
they're
because you have your class
Yeah,
class
and
action
they're
surge.
flavored as the same way we talked about. So
It's
you
just
know.
it's just the extra uses beyond your class are the whatever.
To describe what happens, basically, I think there's a better, if you don't mind. I think as you're trying to shuffle the cards for a split second, you see Garlock's eyes glow a little blue.
Yeah,
as
it's
for
Garlock,
some
you get a little bit of deja vu. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen this before.
I've seen this before, yeah, you know. As Garlock, I think Garlock's barely able to kind of alter this. As,
Oh, I know what you did. You gave him the divination wizard class.
Eh,
Yeah, once per week.
Once per week. Once per week.
Gotcha. But yeah, I like the idea that Talon
There's a
and Hale
reason why.
basically get caught up in a back and forth of like raising the bets, like going as like ham as possible as he can't get a read on me and I can't get a read on you. And just
And then
gets to
Garla-
the point where like, should we just like flip a coin?
And he's like, nah, one more hand. Winner
One more
takes
hand,
all.
one more
Right?
hand, let's
Okay,
go.
so
Go.
let's say the pot has increased, so that would be another 10 from me. I'm gonna do another
60,000.
20 from me. I'm gonna do
Whoa!
another 20 from me because
Alright.
we raised each other a ton.
22.
Whoa, Garlock, he's just
Whoa,
progressively
Garlock's
getting
like-
better.
Oh shit.
He's learning. He's adapting.
He's
Okay.
adapting. Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yep, and I'm using my accessors to give me
Ah!
advantage.
Go!
No!
Alright, so me and Hale
You
are
and Hale
told
tie again.
because I don't get exhaustion until after the fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
Freaking time skipping just to win this card game.
Alright,
Here's the thing: you'll be able to get a rest, no problem. So
he
like,
looks at Hale. You want to split the pot? That was good.
Well, all
Yeah.
my, well,
Literally, like, you're cheating and Hale is just straight up
I
winning.
love- I love how everybody was pulling out like the big things, being like Garlock's being like, and fucking time.
yeah, no. What I'm imagining
Hale
is
the funny thing is the authoritarian dictator's the only one not cheating.
here. This is what
Yeah,
I'm
right?
imagining.
Yeah.
Like, is he's time stopping? He's going and looking at the other hand. Sees that Hale's hand is really fucking good. He's like, oh shit, his hand's actually good. Pulls another card, gets something. It's oh fuck, it's not as good as it's not as good
Why
as I
do you-
want. But I
Why
can't
do you
stop time
think
for
I
any
chose
longer.
Playing cards. Why do you think I chose playing cards? It's because that flavor is just funny. He cheats with his time.
Yeah, but like
style.
you pull the next card, you're like, okay, that's better, but it's not better than what Hale has, and then time resumes. You're like, oh fuck, like you don't have enough time to draw another card.
I like to
Do it
imagine.
We get up to it. So what was the pot in the end? That would have been 80, I think.
I think so, something like that. Yeah.
80,000, So we both gained 40.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'll take it. Shit.
That's fun. I
And
like
he's
to
like,
imagine.
yeah.
That honestly was. I could have probably played better. That's my bad. But it was pretty fun for my
Okay.
first card.
I'm up to. I gained 10,000 from that.
And I lost 10 a lot.
Yeah.
Took all my money.
Yep,
We had
he-
3 hands, so I think you're down 30,000.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
even used up your once a week thing to try and win, and
Why-
still
that's
didn't get
funny.
anything.
I honestly, I just thought it would have been more funny.
Actually,
I'm-
no, that would have been 110 because 30, 40, 40.
Oh yeah.
This is my total in general Zenny now. I'm very
Yeah.
broke. I lost a lot.
Oh,
It's
Damn.
not bad. It's not bad.
it's still
You
a
can
lot.
always win it back.
I mean,
Always-
here's the thing.
you can
Wait,
always win it back.
hold on. Were we betting this much Zenny? Maybe I fucked up.
We had
Like
110.
training. Wait, no, was that like the 10? Like I don't know
110
math.
total between all of us.
Yeah, so you would have lost, like I don't know, math.
That's the problem. I don't understand. 110.
10.
I am very.
Because me and Talon together put 40 in both, so that's 80, and then you put in 30.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because
Okay,
you
so
guys
I'll
upped it.
have-
You
so
guys
you
upped
lost
it
30.
once, so you'd be at
Okay.
570.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
lost
I
30.
put in.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
we
because
were
they
putting in that much
bet each other up a
time.
little bit on the second round with 20k, and then they
I
went.
like
to,
the
was
idea
fun.
that you were cheating, and Hale was just actually, like, you could not read him for the life of you. Just total stonewall
Yeah,
face. and
you're like,
"Oh, man,
okay. I can't read him, so I'm gonna read his cards. Stop time. Go behind Hale. Oh shit, he's actually got a good hand. Goes back.
He's got a good hand.
Yeah.
Like, damn, his poker face is good.
So like looking is like okay. I
Just
can
like-
see his. I can see his goddamn.
He's like
card.
standing
Wait.
over Hale's shoulder with his he's got his hand on his chin, looking over Hale's shoulder while every time stopped. He's like, wow, this guy's good.
That's a great hand. Fuck.
Yeah, that. Yeah, you did guess it right on the money by a once per week Fortin, by the way, which was
Yeah.
there's a reason why.
Yeah, it's
and-
that chaos bullshit. I know.
No, it is not. I
It's
honestly,
tied to it, but that's not how he got it. He got it because of it, but not because of it.
Basically, I will be completely honest. The thing Garlock can do is all SSJ4s and not related to Garlock.
technically, yeah, that is, yeah, it's.
Technically, yes. This is the
Well,
reason
it's
why.
it's things that happen that like we were talking about, like, hey, special things that everyone has, and he shot me a message like, so there's this thing. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it would make sense for this to happen. So then we could then technically would this happen? And then we're like, oh yep, yeah, you would have that.
Yeah. So I want.
So it's like he gave me the idea. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that would happen. I'm like, yeah, technically.
So
'Cause-
I'm assuming that probably took us at least over an hour or two.
Yeah,
oh,
we
definitely.
go-
That was that was like 3 or 4 rounds worth of poker with people
Yeah,
cheating
that was
and
fun.
Like hard poker too.
That
Like
was
the first
fun.
round was like mediocre, and then the second 2 rounds were literally
yeah, it's like I imagine it's like the first
Yeah,
round.
like
First
Halo
round was kind of
yeah.
bad. Took a little bit of time.
Like a
Like no
warm-up.
Garlock, this is how you have to play. And then the second
Yeah,
round,
Garlock,
Garlock is like,
yeah.
oh shit, he's
Garlock-
naturally talented. And then
Yeah,
you're like,
Golok
let's
had
get
no
serious.
idea. Yeah. Golok was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Golok, you have to do this. All right, and he did well. That's the weird part after that.
Yeah, they taught you and you caught on.
Garlic has a natural affinity for doing shady shit. Apparently,
Yeah,
we
of
should
course,
we
of
should
course.
we should corrupt him.
Yeah, I mean, he one day will be corrupted one day. I mean, there's always corrupt galactic patrol officers out there.
Oh yeah.
Give us some money.
Fuck the
um,
police.
I think after that, and is probably looks at the others. Golok's like, well, after that, do we have a training room in here, or
Not in this ship, no.
okay? Golok's like, well, maybe if we afford enough money, or I afford enough money on these rages, I can try to get you guys a better ship. But this'll do for now. If you guys have any other ideas, I'm going to go meditate for a while.
I feel like for the sake of fun, my ship's probably in the cargo bay. It probably got loaded up in some.
Yeah. It's not that big, so it would have been able to fit
it's
over
probably
there.
Literally could fit in the.
It's
cargo
probably
bay
like the
room.
size. It's probably like the size of like these 4 boxes. Like it's probably like that size. Maybe like
Yeah,
one
like,
extra box. Like, so yeah, it easily fits.
I imagine it's basically just like.
It's like push these off to the side, and now your ship is like right
like-
here.
I guess
Like-
like that big or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a massive ship. It's got like enough room to like walk around. Maybe has a bathroom and like a bed.
Yeah.
What is I'm sorry. I was like, why is there a cabin here? That looks like the tiniest cabin.
It's the
compared
captain's
to-
quarters.
Oh, I mean,
Cause like
Yeah,
that's
you-
the bed.
oh, I thought, okay. I thought this was like the suite over here. My bad.
And well, there's a suite. This is just the captain's quarters because it's right next to the
Oh,
cockpit.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
that way you can sleep, and if something happens, you're not all the way over here. And oh no, the ship says we're going to crash in 5
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
go across the ship, whereas you have time to be able to get to the cockpit and like, brace for impact or
It's-
whatever.
It's really cool that we have a SIP, by the way, now. 'cause I liked ship-to-ship combat before we got really strong. It was really cool. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just something about flying a ship was fucking badass. But yeah, I think Golok basically gets into a meditative pose, and just tries to keep his calm and meditate, focusing on his mind.
Hale would have like told the crew of the ship, which I assume is like Garlock and like his supervisor, like, don't worry if you feel something later. It's nothing to worry about. And he's being genuine, even if you
Yeah.
roll inside on him. He's like, don't worry about it, basically. As before he goes to bed, as I did in the last campaign.
Your time to do it all over again. Let's
Time
go.
to do it all over, except this time I have way less energy. Obviously, for the sake of going for as long as possible, I'm putting my mutant ability into Constitution this time, and I go second form for as long as I can.
Which
Trying to maintain that.
which is like how long can
4
you?
turns?
4
4
turns?
turns, I think, at this point.
Yeah. It's
It's like
it's
about
draining, my
30
dude.
minutes, about 30
Yeah.
seconds or something. Though out of combat, I don't know. If
Yeah,
it's longer.
out of combat, I'll probably say however many seconds equates to that many minutes out of combat.
Yeah, so
Because you're not like stressing yourself.
Yeah, so he
you're just
basically
kind
gets
of.
like a half an hour of like he just floats in the middle of the room and like meditates, trying to maintain this form for as long as possible. For the last couple minutes, it's probably a bit crackly and like it hurts a bit, but he maintains it even through the pain until eventually he just kind of falls to the ground
Deflates.
and lets out a sigh, a couple beats of sweat rolling down him. Better than last time. It crawls into bed to get some rest.
Ooh. Badass.
Yeah. As for those of you just joining in, that's second form Hale's token. It's a bit big right now, but
Oh my god, he's
Um,
going to eat us.
yeah, that's second form Hale.
That's
But-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys rest up for the night, and the pilot, your partner Garlock, he says he'll cover the piloting. It's on autopilot, so he's like, I'll just rest in the captain's seat. His race doesn't really sleep that much, so he kind of like relaxes in the seat and just kind of like equivalent of like playing games on his phone while he's just kind of sitting like the
Some
autopilot.
Subway Runner.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, like Dupe or whatever the equivalent is of in this world.
Hell yeah.
And
Playing some PUBG on his phone.
yeah, exactly. And you guys wake up, and and during that time with that gunsmith roll, yeah, I'll probably say you're definitely able to get that barrel round attached to your rifle, no issue. So you guys wake up, and it's a new day, and the pilot tells you, yeah, we're only probably about a couple hours away. When we had said 2 days, we were kind of expecting maybe to come across a couple of geostorms or something along the way, but there's nothing, so probably only a couple hours away now.
Well, that's
And-
good. I'll see how Hale and Chill are doing. Oh, you're up early.
Yes, I went to bed somewhat early last night.
Well, I don't think Garlock can sense keys, so would the ship have felt anything, or like? 'Cause
I mean,
maybe a little
scouters,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
have
okay.
scouters.
Oh yeah, that's true. Would there be an auto thing that would like let like Garlock know like the increase, even if it's like only
Probably,
tiny?
probably, because look at when Raditz was talking around Gohan, he didn't have a scouter actively
Oh,
on, and then
wow.
suddenly it just suddenly turned on, and then Gohan's like, ooh, 750. So yeah,
Yeah,
it
okay.
would have, like, even if it's not active, it would have been like, oh hey, 300 and
Yeah,
something
'cause
power
this
level.
This probably like if he had mutant up, this probably upped him up at least a decent amount, like probably double.
No, I think it would.
maybe
From like
I'm
low
pushing it.
200s to like mid to high 300s.
Yeah,
Okay.
even with mutant, I think it'd probably only bump him up from like, I think it was like 330 before, probably bring him up to like 360, maybe 400.
210 to 338.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like with mutant, it would probably be like maybe
It's
360.
like a 1.5 times.
Yeah, he would probably be pretty. Because the key
It's-
is the main thing. Once you add 2 more points, or like 3 more points a key, boom.
Yeah, because
you're
it's
good.
his HP, which is going up by 15, and then he's getting 1 extra key, so it would increase by roughly probably like 30 or so. So yeah, like it would go from 330 to 360 with mutant active if you put it in con. If he doesn't put it in con, his power level wouldn't really change much, but he would definitely be a bit stronger. But with mutant and
Yeah.
con, it's probably like closer to like 360. So it's your scouter definitely, it's nothing like too scaring. It's not like, oh god, there's 1,000 power level, but it's like, oh, 210 to 360. That's, huh?
I think Garlock goes uphill after like finally getting a bit of sleep, and kind of at least wants to like look at him before his bodyguard wakes up, and kind of stares at him and is like, "You doing your own training yourself?"
Something like that.
Well, I think I at least should step forward because I don't wish to have hostile communications for ages. I would like to apologize the way that I have lashed out in anger towards you. How I was both raised by Icer and my master, it has been a difficult relationship that our race has had with frost demons, but I would not like to have that with you.
I am aware. He says like, yes, I too understand that there are complicated relations between Saiyans and Frost Demons.
Yeah. Is there? Listen, I'm not gonna guarantee that. Like, I don't think buddy buddies or charms is what I would seek. Hopefully, this will probably blow over when ICER gets involved. But I would at least
Hopefully.
prefer to kind of treat each other with some form of respect. Is that all right by you?
He kind of looks you over real quick and just says, I'm trying to think. Like, no guarantees, but if you're respectful, I'll do my best to play nice.
Yeah, it's
You are my host for the meantime.
difficult, to get rid of all that. all-
Generational trauma.
Well, yes, especially when both your master and ICER have to deal with all this kind of mess going on. It's kind of a headache.
You
honestly.
literally hear him mutter under his breath, "Oh, Ice is dealing with the mess."
Yeah. Honestly, the galaxy's kind of. I wouldn't like to say this, but it's kind of fucked right now. It's I listen. I like the Galactic Patrol, but even I can tell that everything going on, both Cooler, both ICER, all of it is just going to blow up one day, and I'm not sure
I
how
have
that's going. What?
I have agreed. That's kind of where he leaves it off, though. You could probably tell which half he's agreeing with.
Yes, no, I fully understand. And I think Gorlock kind of nods towards Hale before kind of also looking at him. No, nothing. Let's continue going along, shall we? As Gorlock is about to say something, but then just shakes his head.
He makes a note of this, but does not say anything about it. As Talon, what are you up to?
I'm eating some chicken right now.
Alan's like, I mean, some chicken.
He's tinkering on his gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talon in the morning. I have the ability to create things for my gun, but I don't have the materials to do so yet. So he's just kind of goes and looks for food, eats it, and then kind of slides back near the weapons bench because he didn't sleep in a room. He slept on his bedroll near the weapons bench because it's right near the escape pod.
The funny thing is, Hale doesn't have to worry about the escape pod. He can just kind of live out there.
Exactly. I can't. Escape pod.
So
Yeah.
big question, right? Two big questions. One, hit race can't breathe in space?
I don't know.
I mean, I know Majins can, but because that's how Garlock was found. But I thought Hit could.
As far as I know, there's nothing that has said he can or can't. So
Whoa.
let's just say that maybe they can,
Maybe
but
not the best
Talon
to
doesn't.
find out.
Talon, yeah, exactly. He doesn't know.
Okay. Yeah. I was
Right.
like, wait.
Whereas with Hale, their
It is
species
known.
yeah, and their
Yeah,
species has had to do so on many occasions.
It is a documented piece of knowledge.
Yeah,
Okay.
whereas with Talon's race, maybe, but better not to find out, because if you find out and you don't, too late.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you guys
Sorry for interrupting. My apologies.
doing
I was just
anything special over the course of the next couple of hours? You guys kind of just relaxing for the next few hours?
I feel like Garlock is probably just getting at least, if Hale would allow him, get in his side of the story of what the heck's going on, keeping a report for Galactic Patrol, right? But he also feels like people fear Hale a lot. and he's trying to get like his angle on a lot of things. So there probably, and you can just blow them up, but there probably would be a lot of crescents coming your way, Hale.
The swapping stories back and forth about
Yeah,
about Icer and the patrol, and then he's like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
Icer lied about that. This is what really happened."
Give me like a persuasion check. Yeah.
Surprisingly, Garlock seems decently.
Watch me, well, another
Charisma.
nat one, baby. 7.
Then-
Nope. Nope.
I would say you get like a bare bone story out of him. Like, you get like Icer technically inherited the Empire for a while, ran it into the ground, and then left us with a mess. And that's basically all you get out of him is like Icer ran the Empire for a little while, crashed and burned it practically, and then started his like new revitalized version of the Galactic Patrol, much to the family's disgust.
Yes, and I think this makes sense for Hale to be like not giving him Garlock the full like debate, because it's like they've known each other for like a day, but Garlock at least needed to know the basics of what was
Yeah,
going
you
on.
got the idea that it isn't just like unnatural hatred for the family or anything like that. They have, at least in their opinion, a very good reason
Yes.
for distrusting and disliking Icer.
Yeah, that makes
Since
sense.
at the time, I'm pretty sure that was before Hale was born. Either that or like he was fairly young when that happened.
Yeah. Like there's
So-
probably like at least a good like 100 year, like Icer's probably at least 100 years older than you. Oh, like, no, probably not. Well, maybe depending on when he was put into the ice
Hale's
thing.
in his
So
like 70s.
yeah, it all really depends on when Icer was put in ice, technically. So because he could have been put in ice anywhere during Frieza's reign and then been born and hatched at any point in time. So.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say like at least somewhere between 50 to 100 years apart. So like he was probably around your age when he inherited
Yeah.
the Empire, and that was about like 70-ish years ago.
Yeah, so Hale was either like just out of the ice. or
Yeah,
this happened a little bit beforehand.
probably just around the time you were born. So then Cooler had both things to deal with. He's like, oh god, why did I hatch my son? It's like the day after that happens. Like, oh god, I just hatched my son. I have to deal with this, but now I have to deal with an Empire.
Yeah,
Oh dear
yeah.
god. He's like,
Question is, who was in the ice for longer?
good question.
Which one of us is potentially stronger?
You know.
Good question.
For thousands, I'm just imagining like the Team 4-star thing.
Yeah.
For thousands of years,
I have lain dormant.
Who dares
Yeah.
disturb my
Oh,
slumber?
fucking Garlock, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, hey, Hale.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, son.
Yeah.
But yes, unless something interesting happens, Hale really only gives you bare bones information
Of
and
course.
answers.
Yes. Yes.
Like they're basically, he gives you the PR answers.
Yes. Yes. This makes sense. But I think basically that's all Garlock really does, because there's not much time for much else. But I think he just spends the time like prepping to get onto the patrol thing.
Yeah, and just trying to get some information and
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, a couple hours go by and and you end up you see this particular base is kind of like it's like a space base. It's not like a one on a planet. It's more in space. It's like a space station essentially. And you guys start docking into port, and you know it takes a couple of minutes once you actually get there to like for everything to properly
Pressurized. and stuff.
pressurize so you can actually like get off.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you get off, and let me go. I know I have a map. I just want to make sure I actually like the map that I picked for this. Good enough. Sure, it's good enough for me. For the time being, at least. Boom.
Yo, this looks cool.
Yeah, so you guys would probably be like where you guys would probably be docking would probably be like over this area.
Over where?
Which area?
Upper over here, the upper left corner is
Got it.
like
Oh, right
down
here?
down that hallway. Like this over
Okay.
here is kind of like this right here is kind of like a cafeteria
Gotcha.
area. And yeah.
Oh God.
And I'll I'll make you guys smaller for this because this time
You
that
can- yeah. I was
The
like, you
maps-
can save that as a default.
yeah, it's just I'm trying to adjust the size and he's moving at the same time.
Mini Garlock.
It's just because when we do the other maps, everyone was of a different size, so
Yeah.
it'll work better
where's-
for those maps.
Where's Icer's office, if I may ask?
I would probably say like, honestly, probably like I'd say like this whole big thing would like down here could be like his office.
Yeah, I can see that.
Either
Question,
that or
are
this
we
thing
all-
over in the
There is an
corner.
office here, yeah.
So maybe like
are we on a ship or is this like a stationary base?
it's a space station. Yeah,
Space
it's like a
station, okay.
yeah. It is a space station.
Alright.
And where's Talon?
Talon's just like smoking weed, being like, I don't want to be
He's
here.
invisible right now.
Yeah.
He's chilling.
He's time
I'm here.
skipping.
I had to use the bathroom real quick.
No
Problem.
worries.
Just slap your token down up here.
There, I dragged. And he's so
Shrink.
huge. I mean, he is taller than all of you. No, now there's two.
He is. He's a lot taller than Hale.
There.
Yeah.
He's almost double.
I think everyone's taller than Hale, actually.
Yeah, the only person that hasn't been taller than Hale was the small girl who rolled out or was like the short girl who rolled out the cart.
Yeah.
Because Hale is 4'7".
She's 2 inches shorter.
Yeah.
Alright. Chill and Hale. I'll bring in Icer. However this goes, I'll at least make sure you're equipped and make sure you're treated properly as, we try to sort this out, alright?
Sure.
Alright. Let's get
Fair enough.
going. His office should be over here.
Second you pointed out, he just starts walking.
Yeah, Golux is basically...
Oh, it's like, yeah. I think immediately you start walking, like you see there's like a bunch of like
I'm
heads.
Hale.
A bunch of heads are just walking, are like turning towards you, and like everyone is just like stepping out of the way. Like they don't want to be any closer than 10 feet away from you. Like everyone here is like, fuck this.
Is this a door right here?
I believe this is the door, right?
Yes.
This is a council room too, so he could be anywhere. Oh, we
Yeah.
actually get to see. Oh, well, no, we never. I don't think we ever saw art of Icer.
Yeah, I don't. I might have art of it. Let me actually check my. I know I had saved art somewhere. It's just a matter of did I actually save it on here, which I'm pretty sure I did. Hey, I did. Hallelujah.
Looks like we have a token for him. He's a, oh, neat.
Oh, is he in first form?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Hell yeah. What's up, boss?
He's like, hello, Garlock. He's like, hello, Garlock. Hello, you.
He literally just looks at him and is like, passive.
Hale.
We also got this man. I don't know where he came from, but he's pretty cool. He's got like.
He's
you know,
under my employ. Do not worry
Yeah.
about it.
Actually, I never did this, but could I roll like, would Garlock being in the Galactic Patrol and being around aliens, would you want me to roll a history or a nature check on what this man is?
I thought you had done that. I could
don't
have sworn
remember
of.
doing that. Maybe
I
I'm doing
rolled
that.
one, but I don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Garlock has no idea who this man is. so, like, getting-
Sure. I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Would it be nature or history? It's not gonna go well. either way.
probably nature.
Yeah, that's what we rolled.
Yeah, no, Garlock has no
It
idea.
was everyone
That's
rolled
what
nature
that-
and then
that's
rolled
what that-
history after. Yeah, no.
You're a purple man.
Yeah, no idea.
He's a purple alien, and there are lots of purple aliens.
Yeah,
There,
yeah. I just wanted to ask.
there you go.
Like, I realized I was like, I don't even know what vitality or, King's. Oh no, vitality, how it's wants to call race is.
Yeah, he's.
But yeah, brought these two in. Was hoping we could try to get them situated. I don't know what your whole plan is here, but did what I had to do. I still need a pay raise, by the way. If you can bring that in.
Garlock, as much as I would love to give you a pay raise, you're still only been officially part of the patrol for like a year, so and you really haven't met the quota yet. So you still gotta do a couple more missions before you can earn that pay raise. Like, I know unofficially we've been working together for a while, but unfortunately, you know, paperwork is paperwork.
I love how like they both kind of look the same. By the way, both Icer and.
I mean, they're related,
I
so.
mean, yeah, they do. I like the little horns and Hale's little horns.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, they're.
It's a recessive trait from King Cold or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so he just he's kind of like come, he's like come, he like points over here. He's like let's all sit down and talk. And then he moves over here.
I was like, Hale's definitely taking the other head of the table.
Yeah. It's so
And
weird.
sits down, still floating above the chair like last time.
Not even actually sitting. Yeah.
I stand in the corner.
Oh,
In the
he's
shadows.
mean mugging it. You're thugging it over there.
I mean,
Nah,
he
yeah, bro. He has to keep what? He's on bodyguard duty. He don't sit. He
Yeah.
stands.
so he's gotta be. He's probably sitting in the corner, like one hand in his pocket, but he's actually got a gun in
I
the
was halfway
pocket.
expecting him to flip the chair around and sit with his hands on the back of it,
Freaking-
like looking at.
Freaking
looking at Icer.
Riker style.
Yeah.
Nah, he's on bodyguard duty.
And he's kind
He
of
sits like L.
Yeah.
so he's
Gotta stand him up.
so he's like, so I know you're me. He kind of like looking almost directly at you, Hale. I know you're here mainly for fuel, but I hear that you also wanted to talk to me as well.
Yes, and don't worry, this isn't a declaration of war. They represented me. It's
He
just-
he wipes his face. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's like I've been bored in Imperial space, to put it lightly. I need challenges, interesting challenges, and Father agrees with that as much as he disagrees with me going here. I've decided to not join, but assist your endeavors to a limited degree.
he kind of like leans back and he kind of puts his like hand on his chin. He's kind of like, normally under circumstances like this, I would decline you, but we're kind of burning the candle at both ends around here. I mean, most of the things that are going on in the galaxy, most of the people here aren't of a proper level to handle that type of stuff yet.
Oh yeah, Mission 64 did not go well.
He's like, yeah, you forgot to
We
initial
don't
like
speak about the jockstrap.
you forgot to initial on like 37 of the 45 incidents that you have to report on, by the way.
Listen, Mission 64, right? They did not specify a moon happening on Mission 64. That was not in the paperwork, Icer.
It doesn't matter. You still have to fill it out. You need to make sure that when you fill it out, that you initial everything. You know how much paper I have to go through and how much more I have to do when I have to track you down and you're halfway across the galaxy.
No, it's fine.
And then there's so other paperwork I have to do that I can't do until I finish your paperwork and just pushes everything away.
But regarding that, when Garlic kind of looks at Hale and like, at least to him, looking at Chilled. For my feelings, I don't have a huge issue with them joining. I feel like they are both, at least in power-wise, they seem like they can easily handle themselves. And while we may have not, where our viewpoints may have been different, I feel like they are at least good warriors.
Yeah,
And we need warriors nowadays.
I'm
You
not
can't-
a warrior. I kill people for money.
Yeah, as you say that, he's like, okay, now that raises the question, and he looks back at Hale. How did you two meet? And he points at Hale and Chilled, or Talon.
You know, the assassination attempts and all. They're great.
He's like, oh, you see, like, oh, and then he's like very like beady-eyed, looking away. Insight check now. Give me an insight check on
Did he
it.
try to kill you? What?
Okay, inside check. Oh.
No idea. He perfectly trusted.
Duality.
Yeah. So what? For one, you know that your contractor wasn't him, but you know that basically from what you know is that like there are people in the Galactic Patrol that don't necessarily agree with how passive Icer is with his family, and you basically get the feeling that while he did not put out the hit, he knows who did. He knows who did, and it's someone under his employ.
Why Hale not won there is because he's like, it's too obvious.
Yeah, but it's like so it's one of those things like he doesn't agree with the person that did it, but he knows that it's someone in his employ put out a hit for you,
I am
and
still his little cousin.
he doesn't agree with it, but people under him like, okay, you potentially could have the firepower to go and take out the entire empire, and you don't do anything.
At the very least, if you kill one of the Frost Demons before they grow up, before they
Yeah,
mature,
and the
into
thing,
full
and like
power,
the thing is,
it makes
with
the job so
with
much
the
easier.
amount of people, he might have enough people where if they all ganged up on Cooler, they might be able to take Cooler out. But
if Icer went ham on it and they got every gun in the Galactic Patrol to just shoot him as
exactly,
hard as
but
possible,
and people
maybe.
people think that they could. People think that they could, and don't agree with the fact that Icer doesn't.
And
Like,
what Icer is basically, what I'd like to imagine where it's like, in this circumstance, Icer probably knows more who put the hit out, but in this case, Icer, as bad as the family relationships is, you're still family to him.
exactly. So he's
Yeah.
like that's why he's like, oh thank
not
God.
gonna,
Oh, he's like oh thank God that's the assassin. So he's like, okay, I don't have to worry about an assassin coming into the patrol.
Yeah,
Like that's what he's concerned about. Like he knows there's a hit out for you. He's like, oh thank God, I don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Hale
At
was
least
probably
that
like,
assassin.
it was probably him, but that'd be too obvious, so it can't be him.
Yes.
That's why Nat 1 versus Nat 20.
And I mean, it isn't him on that Nat 20, so interesting.
Yeah.
It's just he knows who it is, but he's like, oh thank God, I don't have to worry about an assassin trying to get into the patrol.
Makes
But
sense.
he definitely knows who put the hit out.
Well, we'll find out. Future. Time to talk. Let's go.
Oh, well, I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
Kill that motherfucker.
Unless he gives me what he paid me to kill Hale, then I'll keep him alive.
And then, unless Hale then pays you even more to kill him, and then just give the bidding match.
Battle. I mean, man.
Whose
Yeah.
wallet runs out first, one dude or the entire Galactic Empire?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the whole point is to keep the knowledge getting out into the galaxy that there was an assassination of the 10.
Yeah.
Done like really under the table by the Galactic Patrol. That's not good press.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially if Cooler finds out that someone in the Galactic Control put a hit out for him, that is
yeah, that's
like
war.
almost
That might
that's
be
war.
That might be a nephew. We need to have a talk.
Yeah, so like you put that nat 20, Icer is like very panicked. He's like, oh, thank fucking God.
Now I have to roll to see if he doesn't tell Cooler.
Especially, I don't think it would be.
Or tell
great.
Hale specifically. Are you?
Oh no, he's gonna tell Hale. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the thing is Cooler's the one with the money.
Yeah.
So
Cooler's
like,
the one with the money.
Yeah.
so like in his mind,
And
he's
Hale is
like,
technically his meal ticket.
And I also,
yeah.
I also don't think it would be war because it's like, okay, you've survived. That's what you wanted to become
Yeah.
stronger. That's the whole point.
But it might
Get
be like
stronger.
it might be like a nephew. You're on thin fucking ice
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
Yeah, like it'd be very close to a declaration of war. Like it'd be like
yeah.
if that and anything else
Like,
happens.
some of this shit, Yeah.
Yeah, like if you do anything else that I do not even remotely like, I am coming for
Yeah.
you and you
If
and
I
all of
see
your
even
pathetic little
one Galactic
weaklings.
Patrol ship anywhere near my planets,
They're
I will
dead,
destroy
yeah.
your homeland.
And I mean that makes sense. The only reason why I say it might not be war, it's like the only reason why you're here is to get stronger, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, maybe assassinations help you get
Yeah.
stronger. If he
Indeed.
dies, I'm killing everybody.
He was like, if he gets about 3 to 4 assassination attempts per month, that will make him stronger. But anything more than that might be risky.
If anything actually kills him,
Yeah.
I will destroy every one of your planets with a
Yeah,
smile
if they
on my
actually
face.
send anyone competent that's just not out for money.
Honestly, being hunted down by bounty hunters is pretty fun.
Yep. And that might be a continual thing. Who knows?
Let's go.
Yeah. We go
But,
to Earth. Why is my brain just went to Cyborg Tao?
he probably would still be alive because he's a cyborg. So
Would kick our ass. Like
At
right
this point,
now.
oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
yeah, just
Please,
don't Henry.
Don't go to Earth. All right, everybody, let's never go to Earth.
But yeah, so pretty much Icer is like saying like, you know, normally we wouldn't just let people in willy-nilly, but I know where your standing is, and if you trust that guy over there, then whatever. We need people. If you're willing to help out, I guess. I mean, I don't really have any other options.
I'm an independent contractor. Are you paying?
He gets up, like walks over somewhere, pulls out pulls out a file thing, pulls out some paperwork. He's like, all right, let me read through. Technically speaking, there are no rules in protocol saying that we can't hire independent contractors to work for us. So, all right.
Even if there is rules,
What?
Icer, you can just chuck that onto the table, right?
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to keep having to errata rules. I've already had to errata like 300. I don't want to go through any more paperwork. Besides, I don't have time for more paperwork.
And he says, how about this? Instead of Zenny, allow me to use materials from your armory. So that way I can upgrade my equipment.
He's like, I think that's fair.
Hmm.
He kind of looks over at you, Hale. What is your desire? Money, resources, body bags, or punching bags.
Adequate training facilities would be nice.
He's like, we can suffice with that. As well, you'll probably get some decent training out on missions.
Yes. Speaking of which, do not expect me to do grunt work. I'll do missions for your little groups. But don't expect me to clean up the mess afterwards.
He's like, yeah, well, that's going okay. He's like, he kind of looks a little defeated. He's like, I'm warning you now, working with this one over here, gestures towards Guardlock. There's gonna be a lot of cleanup, but we'll figure that out on our own.
We have janitors. Figured it out.
It's more like morticians we would need, but you know, they don't. As long as you go to planets without a moon, then you'll be fine.
We can handle. I'm sure Hale can handle it. He seems powerful enough.
He's like, I believe so too. Just, he's like, I prefer you not to have to get your tail cut off again, because who knows if it'll grow back next time.
I have no idea. I don't
already happened twice. It might not grow back again.
know why mine keeps going back. That's not normal. But you know, that's just kind of.
Oh god, I just imagine it's like a Majin, so it's like you cut it off and it just turns into a blob and reattaches.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I mean, normally Saints can't regrow tails, but it's like Majins are like, nope,
Yeah.
you don't have
Yeah.
to worry.
They can't regrow them after a certain point.
Yeah, but his
Yeah.
Majin self is just like, nope.
Yeah, like I want a tail. This is my tail.
Because it technically doesn't count as getting cut off because it just reforms back on, so it never stays off for long enough. So yeah, it technically doesn't regrow, it reforms.
Reform, yeah.
But yeah.
So, are they going to be? Oh wait, that just means we're going to be part of the same team.
He's like, he's like, yep. Besides, your
You brought
partner.
them here, you gotta deal with them.
Yeah. Besides, your partners want to take an extended leave for some training anyway, so you would be without a partner anyway. So we would have had to assign you one, and we don't really have anyone that wants to work with you. Like, they all like you, but the casualties and the compensation for work with you doesn't equal out.
No, you're right. I kind of need.
I tried to explain to them that as long as you pick the right missions and don't go to a moon-based planet, then everything will be fine. But especially after mission 64, things.
But I think this might be for the better because I needed my own training partner. And honestly, there's not many frost demons out there in the world, only two, well, three. And while I feel, I think it would be interesting to spar with one of them and see what they can do. Because you kicked my ass, frankly, Arthur. You know that.
He kind of like he just kind of like gives you that smug smile, and he's like, "Yeah."
But this time I can finally test what both me and what Hale can do against each other.
He just kind of looks at you, but doesn't actually say anything. Just looks you over once or twice, before looking back to Iser. If you two wouldn't mind, I'd like a word with my cousin, privately.
What? You good with that, Chill?
What's going on?
Hale basically just asked for a private moment with Iser.
Oh, like, yeah. You don't gotta ask. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Walks out.
He just looks him dead in the eyes and just says, "I don't even know where you found one, but you're working with the monkeys now. Your father would be disappointed."
he kind of like. Okay, before he says anything, I'm going to want you to roll an insight check here, because this is actually a very important question that you're asking right now, and so, yeah, roll that insight. Holy shit.
23.
You can immediately tell that you just asked him something, and he immediately, like, he starts, like, sputtering, like, he's the only one, he's the only one I'm working with, I just kind of found him, yeah. You could tell he's bullshitting you. Like either there's more to the story of how he found Garlock, or there's something else that he is completely like flustered with that question.
I'm not even sure if the "your father would be disappointed" line would even affect him, but it is definitely
it definitely looks like some part of that to an extent definitely did something, and it shattered him.
Because it's literally like, think of Dad, like. They killed most of our family. Even if you're not with us, you have to still understand that.
Yeah, like you definitely see like he's very like you definitely see the look of like a shame, but like it's like more than like what you would when you say like, oh, you're working with a Saiyan, you would expect a certain amount of like, oh, he's ashamed, but like it's like 10 times worse than that. Like it's like oh, yeah, but even with that, it's like even with that 23, it's like he's looks more ashamed than he should be just for that.
Yeah.
So there's something more.
He's kind of got the scowl going on. He's like, I can tell from your expression there's more to this story.
He's like, what? He's like,
find that out eventually.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Isa, we always know. You know you've always been the worst lie between us.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He
I love how
stands
Ice
up.
is getting intimidating by like a 200-person power. It's great.
It's not even Hale that he's intimidated. He's intimidated by Cooler, and if Cooler finds out this info, that's what he's scared of.
Yeah.
He reaches up and like pats him on the shoulder, lets out a sigh, and just says, "It's good to see you. I just wish you was in better circumstances." And then we'll turn to leave. Because he's like, "You're still family, even if
You
we
might be
hate
you might be a little shit, but I love you.
Yeah, it's literally like, even if we don't get along, you are still family, and we need to stick together. I'm just disappointed that you didn't think the same." Because, like, I imagine Cooler and Hale, especially Hale, probably doesn't actually hate him. It's just, like, sins of the father type thing.
Yeah.
Opinions of the father. And I seriously feel like Cooler has at least a few times tried to get him to come back.
Oh yeah,
Or
but
really,
he
like, when he
is
was
very stubborn.
trying- when he was trying to set up change the Galactic Empire, he was probably just like, listen to reason here, nephew, like, just this isn't gonna work. You just need to continue with what we were doing.
Like
It was
we've
working.
been doing this thing for like
Hundreds
over
of years.
hundreds
Yeah.
and thousands of years. There's no way we're gonna be able to change it that drastically, that quickly.
Yeah.
And
I-
Give it a
and
couple
I-
generations and maybe.
And I have respect towards Iser being like, no, this we're done. Like we gotta be good, you know.
Yeah.
But
But-
I also see Hale's side.
As he like pats him on the shoulder and says like it's good to see you. I just wish it was under friendlier circumstances. He turns.
yeah, so now you got a tad bit of information that there's something more to Garlock and Saiyans that's going on in the Galactic Patrol. You're not sure what, but some part of the question that you asked, there's something extra to it. We'll let you think on that what you will, because yeah.
Maybe Garlock's origin story is more different. Who knows?
Yeah, or maybe there's more to everything. But that's something that may or may not come up in the future.
Yeah, later in the future.
It would definitely probably be way later in the future, if it even comes up at all.
Maybe everyone dies. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
but
fine.
as you leave, he's like, oh, also let Garlock know that I will not be upping his pay, but due to the you three needing some adequate training facilities and that there being three of you, we're going to be giving him a new ship.
Oh, thank God. Wait, sorry. No, I didn't hear it. No.
Yeah. Cool. Hale would inform you of the decision of like you're being given a new ship and your pay's being increased.
I would hug you, but I can't.
Don't.
You kill me.
Literally, as you're like, I would hug you. He just says, "Don't."
No. Alright. So, great. That's amazing. Well, I hope from now on we can be at least allies. And truly, I meant what I said back there. Well, the Frost Demon, or would it be known as Frost Demons on me?
Yeah.
Okay, the
I
Frost
prefer
Demon.
Frost Demon over Arcosian.
Yeah.
Since
The-
Arcosians aren't even the canonical name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah, I like Frost Demons better.
It's like Arcosians, the only time Arcosians came up, it was in a backflash of something of like a hooded race, and they called themselves Arcosians. And people automatically assumed that, oh, you see Saiyans and this other race interacting, and Saiyans were enslaved by the Frieza race, so that has to be them. But it's like there was
Yeah.
nothing saying that that's what that was
I
them.
think it actually says they were just a planet within the Empire. Arcosia was just a planet within the Empire.
Yeah, or something. It's like, but people like took it too far, and I mean, it's a cool name, but Frost Demons just
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
better.
I do at least envy the Frost Demon's strength. And I do
As you
want
should.
to see you grow. And that's because if you, as well, history shows, the stronger you grow, the stronger we all grow. And I gotta see your full potential.
He seems like okay with this answer. Like this is a reasonable outcome.
Mhm.
Though he doesn't give a lot away. It's just sort
Yeah,
of
no.
neutral expression.
Especially where it's like, you know, Garlock, if we are going to be on teams as well, there's one thing Garlock respects a lot, and that is also like strength, you know, and to be
Yeah.
able to not to give like a lot to Hale, but to be able to spar with a Frost Demon and grow with a Frost Demon is like incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
So that's
I know
why.
what
Yeah. So, what should we get some drinks, or what should we do to celebrate?
Hale's pretty neutral in this. He kind of like looks back at Talon to see what Talon's thinking.
He kind of shrugs. I want to know where my room is, and where we can get some food.
How about just for tonight? How about food and drinks on me?
How generous.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have as much money, but you at least got me a pay raise and a new sip. That's the least I can do for you guys.
Fair enough.
Sounds good to me. If it's free, it's for me.
I graciously accept your Charity.
Charity.
Wow, Garlic's being nice, and Hale just made it sound like he was being a dick.
No, yeah, no.
It's like, oh, that
It's less
dick
that
is
and
paying
more
for
just
my
like,
food.
It's just like, oh great, I get to have poor people food for free. Lucky me.
I mean, it's better than having to pay for poor people's food. I
I
mean,
mean, that is true.
It is true.
if you're going to have
He
poor
does
people
still
food, at
all
least
his,
have
like,
it free.
Royal rations and wine and stuff.
Yeah.
But he'd rather save those a little bit.
Well, if anything, I could try to get you guys some discounts or maybe some Galactic Patrol weaponry. Probably isn't the craziest for. You said you're an assassin, right? Chill.
I kill people for money. So,
Yes. I could try to get you access to some more of the higher tier stock of weaponry, but it will still be heavily limited. But if
I
if
don't
that
really
helps-
need that right now. Though, that ICER guy
Mhm.
said something about giving me access to the armory limited for supplies in order for me to work on my things by myself. Well, I'd rather get started on that sooner than later, if we're dealing with problems on a galactic level.
Yes. Well then, I'm going to go do some things. Get some food. If you guys wish to come with me, that's totally fine. If not, I'm going to try and get some paperwork done and radio in to some people, and see how this goes.
He kind of like nods and just turns around and goes back into Icer's office.
To the armory.
I peer in. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Where do I find the weapon stuff?
It's like, oh, you want to go to one of the lower floors. You'll want to meet with you. There's this guy Jib. You'll want to meet with Jib. He'll help you out.
Jib. Okay. Thank you. Second, where am I sleeping?
Where would you like to sleep? I mean, we have like normal sleeping quarters, but he kind of looks at you. Does your race sleep normally, or?
I want a comfy bed and a window.
All right, he kind of like he pulls out a book and he's like, yes, I believe we should have an empty room that has access, that is on the outer edges of the station. So, yeah, again, so you'll want to meet with Gab, and he'll tell him that he'll give you room 223.
Where can I find Gab at?
You should actually. He's probably walking around somewhere on this floor currently.
Okay. Where can I find Jib at?
You'd be downstairs. About 2 stories below. He'll be kind of like almost looks like a vault-esque area, and you'll see he typically just tends to kind of just hang out outside the door.
Well, I'll be around if you ever need anyone killed. Books. Let me know.
He kind of like smirks and he's like, I'll keep that in mind. We typically don't try to kill people, but if I ever need to, I'll give you a call.
Gotcha. He smiles. I walks out the door. I'll like walk by Hale, and as I walk by, I'm going to look for Jib. I'll say, I think we should talk later. And he just walks.
That enough? I imagine Hale's like walking around being like, crown molding in this place is dreadful. Like, looking up and down the halls like, this is seriously what he does.
I don't know why when you said that, but the first thing that came to mind is that there's a scene in Doctor Who where one of the doctors is like, oh, you redecorated. I don't like it. That's the first thing I immediately thought of when he said that.
looking around like, this is like a cheap comparison. Jeez, this is where he lives?
Like, oh, you decided to go with that style. That's so
Decided to go with-
outdated.
Dystopian infrastructure look. It works, I guess. But yeah, I imagine Hale at this point, after like looking around everywhere, is basically just gonna go find somewhere quiet to sit and sip on his wine.
Yeah, so like this area over here is kind of like the cafeteria area with like all the tables and
Yeah.
stuff. So
He finds like a solo table and chills.
yeah, so there's like two solo tables. So
Chills and will order some food that Garlock has promised to pay for. He
The
basically
most
just says like, give
expensive
me
thing on the menu.
literally, he's just like anything that isn't pig's will.
yeah, and it's like and you're, yeah, imagine you're like, give me everything, and it's going on the pink ones tab.
Yeah.
And then
Give me
Gar-
whatever you don't give. Give me whatever you don't give the normal soldiers.
the guy is kind of like, ooh, I normally don't get to cook up that stuff, and then he's like, he's actually excited. And then like he starts like pulls out some like stuff and starts like chopping up some like really like strange looking like vegetables and meats that are probably like very exotic looking like fruits and vegetables, and like starts doing stuff, and immediately it actually starts to smell like not necessarily as good as what you're used to, but definitely a lot better than you were
It's
expecting.
Close enough.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, this chef knows what he's doing.
Okay. He's not a. Seems like everyone here is a total idiot. A total lost cause.
Yeah, so you know, the guy is like he's definitely taking his time cooking though. It's definitely going to take a little while to prepare this course. You know, slow roasting and sautéing and all that good stuff.
Hale just kind of sits there sipping his wine, enjoying all of the probably very worried looks he's getting from everyone.
Yeah, everyone that was like at these tables are now like down here or like at this bar at the like far end of the thing, and
Yeah.
a couple people have like full on left and it didn't even stay. A couple people have still stayed, but they're kind of like giving you like worried glances, like, is this the new norm now? Like, we got the Prince of the Empire here. Is this the way things are?
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely worried, but only a couple of them actually like full on just left.
Yeah.
I feel you.
All right, so Garlock, what are you doing currently?
I think Garlock, at that moment, like, first of all, like, Garlock has no idea if Isis is increasing his pay or not, but that's what, Hale told him, and to get a new ship, which is amazing. I think Garlock first, basically, we can do this later, but he, one, does send, a DMU that, he sends someone basically basically what's going on, what's happening, and I think after that conversation, I think what can I do? I think he truly starts to just kind of, I just think he tries to I know what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna like try to check out his new ship. Forgive me. I was just like thinking.
All right,
it's like,
yeah.
what would
Well,
Garlock
I
do
will
in this situation,
I
you know
will
what I
give
mean?
you a brief little
Yeah.
sneak peek of your new ship.
I was like, I had to put my mind into Garlock, be like, what would he be most excited? Oh!
Yeah, so it's maybe not necessarily the scale, but it's got a couple of floors. But like the area where the giant circle blue thing is a little bit bigger than it looks on here. But that's like an actual like training room. It's maybe not only made like a 60-foot by 60-foot room, but like it's an actual training room. Like,
Well, that's awesome.
so, and then you've got you know, yeah. So it's probably like 3 floors probably tall, but yeah. So it's definitely quite a bit bigger, and specifically it's specifically bigger mainly because you guys said you wanted a training room. So he's like, fine, I'll give you some
Yeah.
training
And,
area.
especially as well, the old ship did was a bit cramped. Now we have
Yeah,
because it
and
was
this
made
one
for
and this
two
one is
people.
definitely more for like longer travel, like longer journeys and stuff. Whereas yours is more like within a couple like star systems, like within a couple solar systems away. This is like going to other galaxies, like level of like travel. So like just in case you end up going like that far of a journey, you've got the
Yeah.
accommodations to train and all in a little bit better sleeping space.
Big question: what are the weapons like on this system? On this ship?
It's pretty decked out.
Okay,
It's decked out as it could be for Galactic Patrol.
It's like a hell yes.
Yeah.
Okay, like a first class. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Galactic Patrol weaponry on ships aren't normally super great, but it's like as best as you can get, which
Yes.
isn't
And
much, but
without
it's an improvement.
modification,
Yeah, it's an improvement.
I think then.
Basically, what ended up happening is you basically just went from rank 1 to rank 2 in the patrol. Is essentially what
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
here.
I think Garlock notes and takes down basically info like how do I put this? He gets like at least he's doing this with his time. Gets down some semantics about of the Galactic Patrol's weapon system, and is like, I should probably try to pay or see if or maybe chill if he ever has time if he could upgrade the ship. I could try to do some minor improvements on it, but trying to get some better weaponry, better armor, in what we are weak in wouldn't be bad. I don't know how you can upgrade a ship, but
Yeah,
I mean,
and at some point in the future, I will actually look for like actual like ship combat and ship stats, just in
Yeah.
case it ever comes up, because who
I
knows?
think it would.
Yeah, so might actually come up with some actual stats for like but
Yeah.
we'll deal with that later because I don't
Yeah,
plan on I don't plan on that happening this session.
Yeah, no.
But probably by next session you'll have those stats available. So
But that is what Garlock does. Is he basically just kind of looks over the new ship.
all right, and we will head back over here where everyone else was at.
And I'll DM you what else I'm doing. We can do this later.
And what is Talon doing? Talon obviously has two things on his agenda.
Alright, so look for Gib later. I'll go see Jib.
So I will head to the 2 floors down in the base, sort of walking through.
Yeah, so you just start walking through, and I mean, this station has not very many people on it. And, like maybe like each floor maybe has like you maybe come across like 6 other people, and this is like a huge space station. So with each floor only having like 6 people on it, like this could probably accommodate like 10,000 people, and there's maybe like 60 on it. So it's very barren right now.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, people are out and busy.
Yes, so I'll just go look for Jib.
Yeah, so you make your way a couple of floors down, and you go down, you end up seeing, like, it's a pretty, like, immediately you go down, and you can immediately, like, there's this giant-ass, like, vault-esque type door that's, like,
Yep.
very noticeable. It's very noticeable. And you see there's this dude kind of just, like, leaning against the front of the thing. He's just kind of, like, got, like, the equivalent of his cell phone now, and he looks like he's playing, like, best way to describe it, he's playing like space pong on his like cell phone device.
I walk up. Hello.
Oh, why, hello there.
General
Jib?
Kenobi. Sorry.
I mean, this guy. I imagine this guy looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but if he had blue skin, blue skin and white hair.
You Jib?
Yes.
Okay. I was sent down here by Icer. He's given me permission to acquire some materials for weapon customization.
Ah, yes, I did get a report from Lord Icer that someone would be looking for access. I take it you're the one that is accompanying Lord Hailcold.
Correct. We'll be working with Garlock.
Yes. All right. Yep. That all checks out. All right. And he kind of like goes over, pulls out like card thing and swipes it through the thing, and the vault door is open, and he's like, and he just kind of like, if you need any help, I'll be around to help escort you through. We've got a decent assortment of stuff here, and pretty much gives you free reign to kind of just go look around.
So he'll go inside, and he's not taking anything from their armory, like actual item wise. Though he will be taking, like for example, measuring tools. He has this stuff already, but more precise equipment if they have it. Things that can cut metal and plastic and things like that. He's also getting like raw material, like different silicones, plastic, wiring, metal and such, and he's gonna like gather them into some sort of bag or cart. There's one around here.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff
okay.
like that. So yeah, let's take a look. So yeah, I'm trying to like find a list of like items and stuff. He said something that can cut like metal and stuff like that, which I'm probably there's venturing gear. There we go. Let's see if there's anything in.
No, it would just classify under gunsmith's tools.
Okay, yeah, that fair enough. Yeah, so you're just like refilling everything essentially, refilling your
Yeah, exactly.
your stock of tools.
Getting like more precise equipment. Like if they have any equipment that would give me bonuses to the rolls or anything like that. If they have any raw materials that I could use to make attachments and upgrade the quality.
Yeah,
of
to
my
be able to
gun.
like make your own instead of having to buy like stuff, being able to craft your own.
Make
Yeah, you can
Correct.
definitely find that. Like it'll obviously require you to make rolls and stuff. But yeah, definitely yeah, you're definitely able to get pretty much a
And
decent
I'm gonna
amount of
look-
everything you want. Yeah, there's.
I'm gonna look for a standard issue Galactic Patrol laser rifle as well.
Yeah, you can definitely find that, no problem.
Okay. And how much ammo can I get with it?
It comes automatically with one energy cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so he's good to go. He like leaves, and when he gets outside, he's like, "Thank you. I'll probably be seeing you again."
Oh, hey, they already have starships. Oh my God, they already have starships in this system. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna copy.
In the DBZ system?
Yeah. It's 20 AC and 500 hit points, and 1 pilot, 1 gunner, 22 passengers, and then it's got a light laser cannon, which does 16 D10 damage with plus 8 to hit. Oh shit! That's like holy shit! That's cool. I was just looking through the list of items, and I just happened to see like, wait a minute, that's actually a thing. Oh. Well, yeah, I'll
What
get.
gun is it under item?
It's under adventure. It's under adventuring gear at the very. It's the very last thing at the very bottom of adventure
thank
gear.
you. Thank
So
you.
yeah, that's your ship. There you go.
They have custom
So-
cards. They have attack balls. Oh yeah, I remember the hover balls.
Yeah, but yeah, the exploratory starship that's your
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
yeah.
And we could always upgrade it and do changes to it.
Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
then so that's actually yeah, that's the thing. So there you go. I don't so you got yourself a starship.
Rad.
So
And then
so now we
um,
could do space fights now if I wanted to this session.
Nah. Sorry for interrupting you.
Hale goes out into space and just like punches the other ship while you're inside like firing the guns.
I mean, Evil can. I can just go out and punch with him.
Oh yeah, and then have
Yeah.
have Talon just pilot the ship and
Yeah.
shoot from the ship, which would be actually really cool.
Yeah, he's a.
Because he's the only one that can't breathe his
sorry.
face. Anyway,
Sorry for interrupting. My bad.
well, it's
So,
technically me that did that because I just happened to find that. But yeah,
So I'm gonna get out of there and make my way back up. And then once I get to like, oh, actually, before I leave, I'll look to Jip. Is there a workbench around here?
he's like, oh yeah, of course. And he kind of like gestures over to like the far corner, and he's like, yeah, there should be one over in that corner.
There's also one on the top floor.
Yeah.
But he'll since it's close by and everything's at hand, he'll kind of go over there and start working on things. Right now, he'll actually start on a new project. Yeah, the standard issue laser rifle.
He's gonna try and basically make it for more tactical fighting and mobility, quick mobility. So I want to take the stock off of the laser rifle.
All right.
And that's an actual thing in the weapon modification.
Yeah, which variant rules, weapon mods. Nope. So what are you trying to do with the stock again? You're trying to.
Just take it off so it's more mobile.
Okay, yeah, and then. That's. I mean, I guess make a roll to make sure you don't like damage something in the process. But yeah, it's definitely something. It's not gonna be a high DC. It's definitely some. Just taking it off is pretty easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, no problem. You're able to take it off and make it a little bit more portable and easier to conceal.
Yeah, easy to move, cover with, conceal. It's kind of quick on the draw. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Very
Kind of you can keep it in under your cloak, and it's not gonna be like hanging out past your cloak where people can see it. Now it's like actually like shorter than your cloak, so you can keep it hidden but still pull it out.
Exactly. And then what I'm gonna do is let's see. Wait, I just need to make. I'm just trying to read something. Okay, that's interesting, but I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't. Oh no.
What I want to do is, I want to use like the polymer and like the silicone, like like raw materials around me, and I'll get some screws and like a fine knife, and I'll start shaving this thing down, and I want to try and make a grip for my weapon.
All right, which grip that would be? Well, which type of grip? Because there's the
Low profile.
low profile. Well, a +1 attack and damage, and that's an uncommon.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, yeah. I guess make another roll again. It's gonna be a low DC because it's pretty easy to just. Oh no!
Oh
No.
no.
Oh no!
Nope.
Oh
I
no!
do horrible on making this thing.
I mean, it is the first time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what. Oh god.
Because first you have to make the attachment, and then you have to attach it. So right now, I pretty much just made a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too mean, but I feel like the best thing to do is that like with the way you've done it on it, like it doesn't fit right, so it actually does the opposite of what you wanted until you repair it.
Oh no, I haven't attached it yet. I just made the.
Oh, you made the item, yeah. But so
Yeah.
so like you
Yeah.
know that like if you were to attach the item, it would do the opposite. Like it's so bad, like it wouldn't fit properly, like it wouldn't line up at all. It would be like shaky and like it wouldn't properly screw in.
You know what? He's gonna hold on to it, and he's like, I could fuck somebody up with this one day.
Be like, oh, this is like an expert foregrip, and I'll sell it to you, and then they put it on their gun, and like this is dog shit.
Make my gun
That's
misfire.
right. Yeah, and he'll get mad at itself. No, I can do way better. And
Yeah, and
if
that does use up a decent amount of material. It does use up a bit of material as well, which I'll actually looking at cost. I want to look at because it says there's a cost. I want to give you like a total cost of like how much worth of stuff that you have. The cost of the modification itself per weapon. Oh, so you probably have. Looking at like high end stuff says how much is the like higher end stuff is like 400 I think is the highest I've seen so far, just to give you like a zenny amount worth of upgrades that you have with materials, so that way you don't go overboard.
Exactly. Like
probably
he's literally what he wanted to do is just like in like real life, like putting something and taking the stock off makes it a really mobile weapon. So you're pretty much you can move like mid-range very fast.
Yeah, so
And
I'm
then
probably gonna
also
say
it reduces my range on the weapon. So
yeah, probably gonna say looking at like how much some things cost, probably like worth of materials probably like 150,000 zenny, which is like 2 to 3 like really good, really like high end stuff, or like a couple low end things. So You know, and that like would probably like that thing that you made would have been like the equivalent of like 20,000 zenny worth of items. Like it's a very low end thing that you messed up on, so you didn't waste too much of the material that you have.
I'll
But
try.
Jeez, man. Rolls are rough, dude.
so it's
Yeah.
this time it's definitely better, but you
But it's not good enough.
not good enough.
Yeah. Okay. He's kind of like, all right, this is really new.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's like some newer materials. Like, oh, they actually have like some
Like
not
high-quality
necessarily.
materials.
I was gonna
What
say
the
it's not necessarily higher quality, but it's different quality.
So how much
Yeah.
money do I have towards upgrades? Just so I know.
150,000 zenny, and this would be you'd be down 40,000 with.
Okay, so I have 110 left.
Yeah, and like this one could work. It's just every once in a while it might not function properly. Like with it
And
wouldn't.
that's all guns, though. If you pull a nat 1, you have to fix them, right?
Yeah. It's just like every once in a while you might lose that +1 for a bit or whatever. It might have like it might be like loose here and there, but like it might work. But will it be consistent? Will it be
here's what we'll
consistent?
Here's what we'll do. Can I use a Tinker's tools to try and essentially fix what I messed up on this? Kind of like smooth out the edges, kind of grind down
Sure.
like the polymer so it can fit in the gun better.
Yeah.
Sort of measure things out. 28.
Yeah, you're okay with that. With
There
that,
you
you're
go.
you're able to
There's
make
the
that.
good roll.
So after going 40,000 zenny worth of cost, you're able to get that one to properly work.
Now we got a 4-grip, baby. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
What do you I before we move on, I actually do want to do if this is okay. Do you mind if I do one Tinkerer's tools myself on something I want to work on?
Sure. What is it?
It's not
Something?
it's not as good as King's. It's not.
What is it you're
However,
trying to do?
I think Garlock is going to try and work on his scouter, and I think he's going to try and it won't upgrade to a tier 2. That's really strong. But I think what he's going to be trying to do is try to use it so it can hack into more private like calls.
Like
say,
basically trying to give
yeah,
us some
like
sort of like
scanning.
encryption stuff.
Trying to do like
Yes.
a police scanner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like knowing what the
I will
enemy
definitely
is
say
talking
this will
about.
probably be it'll definitely be a higher DC, but it's definitely doable.
I'm going to fail, but I'm gonna see how it goes.
You mean it all depends on
At 12.
yeah, no
I
dice.
thought Storch working at it.
You definitely know that you got something, but it's all like like you can hear something very faintly behind it, but there's a lot of like static over it. So like you're on the right track. It's just a lot of static and like it cutting in and out and
And it makes sense because this is like doing this is a bit more of a long-term project, and I probably will ask King for help on this. However, I think this is all Garlock could probably do at
yeah.
his current
You
level.
you
know what I mean?
you know that you know it's doable. It's just it's gonna take time, effort, or more skilled hands.
Yeah.
Or all the above.
Yep. And that is what Garlock does, is he waits for everybody else to arrive on the ship. Sorry about that. I also did DM you.
Oh yes.
Just not ignore the pictures. Just what I'm doing. I just got it. I just was like, oh, these are cool.
That is pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah. That we can do after session. We can just do some more.
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Keeping in touch.
Yeah. Do you guys think we need to do anything else here, or?
I think let's keep
No.
going.
Yeah.
Alright. What I guess Garlock, while waiting, I don't know what check would it be to look for more high-end missions, because I know Hale doesn't want grunt work. But would we have like a mission board or anything like
Yeah,
that?
there'd definitely be some sort of like mission board or something. You can either check the mission board here, or the mission boards are also digitally cataloged, and all Galactic Patrol ships have the catalog on your ship. So if you want to like set off and then like pick a destination on ship, you can, or you can pre-pick one now and then set destination once you're on the ship.
I think, I don't know how this would work, but I think since we're at the base, maybe some more of the juicier missions would be on here. You know what I mean? And I'm not the best at investigating, but I think Golok is going to try and look, or well, try to either use perception or investigation to try and look for some missions that would be interesting for the group.
Yeah.
And definitely bring in Hale and fuck. I'm so not used to the problem is you're making me call you Chilled, right? And I'm so not used to. I use Discord names, so my brain fucking short circuits for like a split second. Talent. It's so hard. Chill into this.
Sure. So yeah, you can definitely roll investigation, or if everyone is working together, whoever has the highest investigation can roll with advantage if we're all kind of looking together.
Do you mind if I give you advantage? I'm gonna just call you like out of game Talon. Do you mind if I give you advantage?
Yeah, I don't care.
Because I was like, Talon's definitely gonna have the highest here.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeez,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Oh boy.
He finds things.
He finds things.
So I guess the question is, what type of mission specifically would you be looking for? Because you definitely can see everything, but is there anything?
Anyway, fighting. Basically, definitely a fighting mission to get stronger.
Yeah. So one of the most notable ones you find is that on a planet not too far away, there's reports of wildlife gaining sentience and gaining strength and attacking like villages and stuff, and like basically it's been going on like slowly over the course of the year, but then the reports are saying that like the wildlife is mutating and becoming more human-like and sentient and smarter, and like basically trying to battle the people on the planet for control of the planet, and basically believing themselves to be the new rulers of said planet and trying to take over. And it's been going on over the year, but now it's like even worse because now they're like becoming more humanoid and like even smarter and like really causing a lot of issues.
Fun.
Alright.
You also find like you find a couple other ones where it's just like a couple of like one where it's like basically like almost the equivalent of a civil war on a planet where like a couple of hierarchies on one side of the planet did something to piss off the other ones and has almost started a civil war, and the goal is essentially to stop the war.
The old mission, yeah.
Then there's one where it's talking about a politician on another planet has had numerous attempts on his life, and basically your job would be to work as bodyguards, but also find out who is putting the hits out and potentially stop further assassins. People believe it's like all things, like all attempts have been relatively similar, so I think it might be like a single assassin that just keeps failing somehow. So it's kind of basically like bodyguard duty, but also track down and take care of the other assassin.
I'm very interested in, and this is up to you guys if you want to do this or not. I totally understand a lot, but I'm interested in the plant mission because that's like more wild and unknown of a planet, and plus being able to fight like these creatures and aliens that are just
So too.
wildlife sounds neat. What do you think, Hale?
I kind of think so too.
Riku? I mean,
So Talon would say, well, personally, I would prefer to do a bodyguarding contract.
Why not?
However, and he said the reason why is because this is more time sensitive.
yeah.
Politician could die at any moment, but those animals and aliens will continue to be there.
They could also kill the villagers. Why don't we do both? Why don't we start with the plants and then instantly do the politician right after this?
I'm not opposed. I'm here to get paid by him. I don't really care where we do it. I was just putting my input into the time sensitive manner on one mission as opposed to the other.
Well, I have a feeling the politicians might be faster, so maybe we should do that one first, and then swing back around and check
Okay.
if this planet.
I can.
I'm sure with, I'm sure with. He pauses again. Chill here. We'll be able to find the would-be assassins quite quickly.
Alright. Will our first mission shall be the assassins, and the second mission shall be the plants.
Indeed.
Alright.
So assassins then plant. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back. I have to go quickly use the bathroom, and then
Yeah.
we can.
I might go grab some lunch. I know my
Oh,
mom
yeah.
made a frittata earlier, so I might
Okay.
go grab a slice of frittata.
All right. And actually, I think what I'll do is I will end the recording here and then start back up when we start. That will have a 2-part episode 1. So
Hell
instead of
yeah.
instead of it
Oh,
being
like
like a
a 10-minute break.
6 hour long
Yeah,
single
yeah.
session, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
for sure. At least.
Oh.
Yeah, so that way it'll be 2-3 hours or so. So,
now we can
yeah.
actually talk as players, and now I can say, "Holy shit,